Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another installment of Intercontinental Combat. This is, of course, on the Mortal Kombat Pro series here, the Pro Competition. My name is Darth Arma. I'm joined by the wonderful Wonder Chef, that kind of tied together a little nicely there. But this is week 6 of Oceania. Again, for those of you who are a little bit more geographically challenged, that is basically Australia and New Zealand. A lot of talent out here. And of course, this week is no exception. A lot of great players returning to solidify those points, solidify into that finale that's going to be happening at the end of the season. I know Wonder Chef, you are super excited to not just talk about the top 8 for today, not to just talk about a region that you're very fond of, but you also do want to talk a little bit about PlayStation.
Oh yeah, we have to of course give a huge shout out to PS4 Tournaments because the MK11 Pro Competition is presented by PS4 Tournaments. So be sure to check that out, and the Open Series. They're weekly competitions for all skill levels where you can compete against anybody in the entire world for rewards, and that's what it's all about, of course. And you can visit the Competition Center, the one-stop shop where you can get a lot of info about how to play the games and how to play in the tournaments themselves. Just go to compete.playstation.com. You sign up with your PSN ID, and then the rest of it is just all from your PlayStation itself. Extremely easy, easy peasy, easier than we've ever had it. But of course, we are here today with the MK11 Pro Competition, and this is the Oceania bracket, where we see some familiar faces and some that we haven't seen for a little bit. But of course, at the top of the bracket, no other player could be here except for GG Waz, the 4-time reigning champ. And it's going to be very hard especially after seeing that he's already in the top 8 today, to dethrone his first place. But he's always going to be bringing something new, trying something out, and learning a lot during these brackets. He's going to be taking on Bajiga FGC, and then down below that, still in the winners bracket, we're going to have Gilbags taking on Lion. Down in losers, Solar Plexus, one of my favorite players from the region, taking on the Mojo Dojo FGC, and then Sagat, who was in grand finals last month, taking on Boy. I'm going to say this name full time every single time. Boy 987654321.
Hey, it just kind of rolls off the tongue. I don't know why, but it's just perfect. I think it's in the backward sequential order. But yeah, no, a lot of great players here. And again, I do like that you're kind of highlighting what Waz is doing here. I'm sorry, it's Waz, not Waz, right? Yeah, Waz,
Got
not
it. You're
Waz.
good. If you
There you
didn't say
go.
anything, nobody would have ever known that you were questioning it. But yeah, it's 100% GG Waz. But yeah, like what he's been doing, he's not letting these opportunities go by, even though he's already almost guaranteed to be first place.
Yeah, I'd say at this point, I mean, he's definitely guaranteed for that finale. But again, from here on out, it's kind of more about the seeding, because the difference in points between 1 and 2 still pretty great. But a lot of these guys are out here; they're trying to get the best seeding possible. And again, if I was in this region, and first of all, if I was as good as these players are, like, I would be shooting for, you want seed number 2 or 3 at least. So you're on the other side of that top 8 bracket, away from Waz, not Waz,
Yeah,
Waz.
Waz. But also, like, let's remember, right? Waz, despite the fact that he has now won 4 in a row, which is half of the tournaments that have happened and half of the tournaments that will happen,
Yeah.
it's not like he's been completely untouchable, right? In the very first month of the pro competition, he was knocked into losers and had to reset the bracket for the win up against Swazi. Last month, he actually was reset by Sagat, who was playing an incredible Kung Lao with like 3 different variations. Super hyped to see. So there have been times where Waz has really, shown that he's immortal, shown that he can bleed, but he takes these opportunities to, for example, like he went and he tried Szechuan against Swazi in the very first month, and it paid off quite well. And so now he knows that he has that up his sleeve. And then last month he tried against Sagat. He went to the Jade, and then eventually he went to the Frost, and he started to figure out which matchups he wants to play in what situations. So we do get a chance to see some learning situations, and we are going to see the Jade come out pretty quickly.
Yeah, again, you always want to test out, the ultimate test of something is obviously in tournament. But there's different levels of that. First you start in the lab, then you go to combat league. I'm just kidding. That's not part. That shouldn't be part of the test. But you go to sets with your friends. Like, hey, I know you play this character and you play it very well. Do you mind if I play this character I just learned, beat the crap out of you, like in a first attack? And again, you start to develop it, and then you feel like, okay, it's ready for tournament. And, you know, that's what we're seeing here. Waz going with a little bit of Jade, a little bit more zoning style. I see, you know, I don't know if we're supposed to talk about this, but they're kind of, it looks like they're just, I mean, am I right? I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, it happens, you know, it's something that especially when we're playing online so consistently. Every once in a while, there are a few little issues, but of course, the best thing is just to look at it as there are so many good opportunities. At least one, you know, one unfortunate timing might not be the worst thing in the world. And of course, these players look like they've, you know, it looks like things have solidified a little bit, and the pressure has begun. We're seeing the Delia's Dance out of Waz, which is a move that kind of has been gone back and forth. We've seen some players choose it every single time and have said that it's like one of the best moves that Jade got in Ultimate. But on the other side, we've seen some switches to like more zoning-based variations or different pressure variations. But right now, I was about to say it's working out, but it definitely didn't at the end of that round.
No, it definitely didn't. Jackie found that hit, able to extend it. Again, Jackie, when she's got meter, can hit like a truck. That was definitely not a safe thing to do right in front of your opponent, but that's okay. Jade finds the throw afterwards, making sure that Jackie is definitely holding onto that block button. Checking with those right after those plus frames after Jackie's super negative. Now we're gonna have the tables turned a little bit here on Waz. Waz trying to block for his life, finding himself in a world of hurt, ducking right under that throw, but not really able to capitalize. Again, very specific stuff to Jackie's specific animation on the throw recovery.
Yeah, she does not lean forward at all. She's very smart. You know, she's got the fighting game mindset. She's like, I'm not going to commit to this throw. I'm going to grab you from back here. But all right, big damage. Just needs one more hit. I'm surprised we haven't seen a single glow come out. It can prevent some of this damage. But here we go. Grab. Is that enough? No, not quite. I didn't see the damage at the start. Oh, but stands on the damage over time. And that is going to be it. Jade not working out quite so well. And you know, I was talking about it earlier, might just be something where Waz wants to see if Jade is the pick in this matchup, or wants to see if the correct variation in this matchup. We could see a switch, or we could just see him commit.
Yeah, I mean, you could see this as an ultimate testing ground, like we said before. I do love having a move. I think it's very important to have a move like Delia's Dance equipped if your character has something like that. And the way that you're going to be seeing Jade using Delia's Dance is kind of a way where it's a safe way to steal a turn. You know, you want to down poke, you know, whether it's a down 1, down 4, down 3, whatever. And when you cancel into that move, you know, your opponent is thinking, oh, after I block this poke, I can move way before Jade can. That means it's my turn to either poke back or to apply some pressure like a throw. But again, that special move cancel into the Delia's Dance is just something that they're always going to be thinking about. And I think Jackie up close is extremely dangerous. I mean, yeah, she's got some projectiles with the damage over time, but for the most part, she wants to get in. She wants to be in your face, applying damage, like kicking you and punching you over and over again. So I think it's very important to have that move in this specific matchup.
Yeah, it is. Oh, that was actually a great way to start it off. Gonna get the roll crushing blow, and an attempted down 2 is going to be punished. That is not a great way for Waz, I'll say, to start off this round. And one of the biggest issues in this matchup is just the damage, right? Like when you are using Delia's Dance, it does add up over time when you're doing those little bits of damage. But compared to Jackie, who's one of the, I would say, the highest practical damage characters in the game, especially the fact that she can leave you in situations where you just can't break so often, or do stuff like this, throw you with the damage over time on the ground. There's way too much damage. It's hard to even up the life lead if you're losing it as Jade.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. That's going to be kind of like a uphill battle, you know, where you have to, you know, get the opening, so many more openings versus a character like Jackie who just needs to open you up 2, 3, 4 times tops, you know, depending on whether she has meter in those situations. That's a nice neutral jump kick here from Waz.
Yeah, made the read on the breakaway. Very, very good call. If there's any good way to get a bunch of damage with Jade, it is going to be, of course, using her crushing blows. Not always super practical, but you can make them work. And, you know, we talked about how it's pretty hard to punish, an attempted grab from Jackie, like we just saw there. But if any down 2 in the game can do it, I would have to guess that it would be Jade.
That's a very unfortunate placing there from Waz. Just a little too high, got over Jackie, and that was pretty much the green light for Virginia to just go in, just basically hit confirm at that point, because that is a clear as day punish, and that is clearly not going to work. Again, you're a little bit desperate there. You know, you're trying to close the gap. You're trying to get something going. But, you know, even if that nitro kick hits, what next? You know, Jackie's going to be far away. She's got the damage over time that she can just shoot down below her. And, you know, in this variation build out, Jade doesn't have anything like a teleport. A teleport is accessible through a certain build out, but I feel like a lot of people haven't really been utilizing it. Usually it's a very easy thing to make with and punish on the recovery. Remember that? You remember variation 3 Jade? A lot of people liked it when variation 3 came out, but you know, I haven't really seen it morphed into anyone's specific build, and I don't really know why.
Yeah, I mean, Jade has so many different moves that are so good for custom variations. I mean, just even that last game, you know, we saw the air projectiles. Waz looks like he's going to switch, but I'm still going to keep talking about Jade. Oh, maybe no, maybe it won't. There's the air projectiles. There's the pole vault is such an amazing move. The low projectile is a great move. The Dilia's dance. It's just so hard to find room for like a little bit more of like the fun options, like the teleport. And I mean, it is a useful move. I would love to see more people use some weirder stuff with her, just so that it's not always the same thing. But looks like we're going to be sticking with most of the same thing. I think this is Edenian Spark, the low projectile, instead of pole vault. I believe he had pole vault in the previous one. Maybe he didn't. Maybe I just misremember, because I don't remember him using it. I don't remember him using the low projectile either. Regardless, pretty big commitment to stick with Jade this far in.
Yeah, I guess if he did just equip the far low projectile, it might have been just, again, to be in a situation where you don't have to feel like you have to commit and go in all the time. And, you know, if you want to try to do something at mid to full screen, I feel like Waz was finding himself in a spot where he was getting really desperate for those nitro kicks. Nice down two to stop Jackie from advancing forward, able to convert off of that interactable, no problem at all. Waz showing and displaying this impeccable execution here, but here comes Jackie back to a nice far-reaching mid. And gonna catch Waz holding on to that block button. Forward throw, still gonna hold on to the corner positioning here, going to the other side, and again, just like that, turning the tables back against Waz. And look at this comeback shot.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if a character can do it, Jackie's one of the best, but great down two. Yeah, that was a blast, was a little bit too high. Saw that meter was starting to get low and knew that he could get the down two. That was really close to a comeback, though. It shows you how scary this matchup can be, just comparing their damage. But I mean, the fact that Waz did manage to take that round and was pretty strong during the start of it is a good sign if he wants to make this, I would say, like, game comeback, because, you know, he's down quite a bit. He needs to win a lot in a row. It's not going to be easy.
Oh, trying to connect that nitro kick, but it doesn't quite hit full screen there. I mean, it's quick, but, you know, it's no Jackie dash punch. Super jumping out of there. Super jumping out of there. Nice conversion. Look at this damage here.
Yeah, and that it's you can already see that Waz feels like this round might be a throwaway. Decided not to use any ball right there. Could have broken away a little bit early, but just knew that he was already at such a life deficit. And now Vegeta is at match point, set point here to potentially move into the winners finals.
And you got to watch out, though. These guys do have a lot of resources. Not too many crushing blows have been used, and the same goes with that, you know, devastating fatal blow. Hold on, we're going to convert some good damage to offensive bars, and Waz decides to break away there at the end, hoping to get on the offense here. Very great patience here from Vegeta, knowing that eventually that Delia's dance is going to be coming out. Good punish here from Waz. Oh no, you're going to be whipping for days. I thought we were going to see a dash punch touch and glow.
Yeah, that was definitely the intention there. Great conversion here, going right into the fatal blow. That is going to be a lot of damage, and of course Jackie does have 950 HP, a little bit less, but I don't think it's quite going to be enough. Going to need one more hit. Anything. Can he thread the needle? Because Jackie only needs one more hit to close out two, and a risky read with the dash punch. Heard you talking about how fast it was, but unfortunately wasn't far enough. So just barely whiffs, and we see the punish, and Waz on his way to potentially making the reverse sweep.
Yeah, he could. He could. This is the first step there, and you got to admire Pajiga for going for that there at the end. He was trying to check Waz for committing to not blocking, because in this game, like most block button games, you got to commit to either movement or blocking. You can't commit to both at the same time, so that makes you feel a little bit more immobile. So I see why he went for it. I don't feel like he had any other options besides just going for a random dash punch, especially with a character like Jade, who's such a strong zoner in this specific loadout. I mean, those air ranks are just so good at just like keeping you down and just forcing you to play Jade's game. When you got no health, like you're just gonna die and lose.
Yeah, definitely one of the tools that is the hardest to avoid chip from. I mean, the threat was there to maybe be able to jump over them, but you just stay in the air so long as Jade did. I understand the attempt to dash punch. It was a good attempt, but you had to try something that was going to look dumb there no matter what. The only time it was going to look super smart was if it hit, and it was a pretty low chance. So sometimes it's just what you got to do. But there we go. Speaking of the air Razor Ring, that is a big punish on it. Going to leave it unbreakable until this point, and I think Waz knows that if you break it near the end of that, you're only saving yourself about maybe 15%, and you're just losing a ton of defensive bar. But the health melts away, and the fact that you can't do much about it is so scary. And look at this life lead. How do you make the comeback from this?
Especially when you're a low, damage output character like Jade, I think that's going to be a really, really tall order. But if anyone can do it, the best in Australia. Never mind, he's dead. Forward throw. You got to admire, again, Pajiga's decision to kind of go for the throw mix there, just in case Waz was on point and decided to tech. The way that he was obviously going to throw him was towards the corner, but instead decided to throw him out. Throw mix is very, very powerful at a high level.
Oh, baits the down two. That was a really great bait, just a little bit slow on actually getting the punish. However, does get the grab afterwards, and yeah, this life lead is looking good of over 50%. It's getting more and more just based on the damage over time. But all right, Waz needs to take advantage of this. Not lit. Pajiga out of the corner. This is a great start.
Oh, he was trying to check him there, thinking that maybe he was going to neutral duck, looking for a throw. But, Waz continuing the pressure here. Nice cancel to Delia's dance. Just, again, trying to keep your opponent guessing whether you're going to cancel or not, whether you're going to, repeat the rep or go for some kind of stagger. Tries to hit the air-to-air. That's a very unique animation there for Jade. Like, I feel like I've never seen Jade jump with that button. But it was very specific to the air-to-air.
Yeah, the jump too. It is a really good air-to-air technically. It's just, she very rarely needs to actually use that. But while I'm talking about the weird button out of the air, it's over as quickly as it started. And, we were talking about the fact that Waz has shown that he can bleed before, and this is not going to be an exception this month. However, I think he gained a lot of information on the fact that Jade pick was not working out exactly like he wanted to. So he's going to have a chance to make it back from the loser's bracket, but Pajiga, making a strong statement, has fallen to Waz a few times in the past, especially actually in that exact same spot in the bracket. So the fact that he'll be moving on and making it to the winners finals in a pretty clean fashion over rank number 1, that's got to feel good.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That's a confidence booster. I mean, here in winners finals, you're guaranteed top 3, so he's guaranteed a boatload of points, and that's what tonight's all about: getting those points. Qualifying for that final event for I believe $10,000 is going to be on the line, and bracketology 101. Seeding is going to be your key to ensuring one of the not ensuring a victory, because obviously you have to play better than everybody else, but you can get really good results depending on who you are comfortable with fighting against. And again, let's talk about the tour, the breakdown, all these different events, and what we are expecting to see as the month roll by, or just weeks really at this point. So we have a little bit of a we got some love all over the world here, and that's what you really love to see. Just the love and the prizing just spread out over all these different regions. So overall, there's 8 qualifier weeks per region. Top 8 in points for standings in these regions, like Oceania, are going to go into the sub-regions finals. And the point structure is, first place getting 350, then 260, 230 for second and third. And then as we go down, that's 200, 140 points for fifth, and 70 points for seventh place finishes in these top eight. So again, big differences between all these different placements. So a lot is on the line here. North American League is also going to have a top 16 regional finals for each side, and it's going to be $10,000 for each region. And yeah, it's and again, going to correct myself before. The Oceania is going to have a $5,000 sub-region finals. So as I'm looking at this slide and kind of see where I got my my two regions mixed up, but either way, the point is you're seeing a lot of love, a lot of spotlights being shined on regions that are typically in so far in our history, regions that have been overlooked or regions that haven't been giving a chance. Well, now we're finally, putting it out there. Liga Latina getting all that love there, the Middle East getting their own sub-region finals, Oceania, and of course Europe. I mean, if you're an NRS competitor and you live anywhere, we're gonna go back to the old days with me and Chef, but during Injustice One, MKX, like if you were an NRS player and you didn't live in North America, it is really tough to compete with the best. I mean, that, Chef. It's
Yeah,
hard.
I was thinking back to the very first time that, or one of the first times that the European players ever came over, when the Twins and Foxy came over to Evo that one time, and I was thinking about like, wow, that seems like it was like just a totally different world where we didn't get a chance to say like, oh look, I can just literally like wake up at 4 p.m. Not that I would ever wake up at 4 p.m. Wink, and just turn on a stream and say, oh look, I get to see every single top player in a region, which is absolutely sick. And I think they're spoiled. Everybody's spoiled now. That's the only way to put it.
Wow, what an old man thing to say. These kids these days so spoiled
No.
with their Twitch streams and their
No.
sub-region finals and all these different regions that never got a chance before. I mean, look, think about it. Back then, Foxy, the Twins, like they had to pay at least like $800 to $900 for a plane ticket just for a chance to compete. And that's on top of all these other things. But now we get to do it the comfort of our home. You get to know them, you get to interact with them. I mean, we live in such a great, era of fighting games now.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I guess before we start this match, I just want to say that, like, all jokes aside, I love the fact that we do get a chance to showcase these regions that don't get nearly as much exposure. But, I mean, this is a good example here. Like, Lion is a player that I'm not familiar with. Gilbag's a little bit more well-known in the region. And by that, I mean, I would definitely say a lot more well-known. But I'm always excited for Nightwolf. I personally think that Nightwolf has always been one of the coolest characters in MK. I recently rewatched MK9 Story Mode. Oh my gosh, that's over. Right as before I can even finish talking about my weird random tangent. But yeah, I watched the MK9 Story Mode, and Nightwolf was so badass. Unbelievably. I will deal with this, Solnado. And then he goes and he just kicks Noob into the Solnado, too godlike, but we're seeing the godlikeness right here in this game.
and Nightwolf sacrificed himself for the greater good. So we will always be appreciative of Nightwolf and what he can do. Unfortunately, Nightwolf does not have a low starting combo string, which a lot of people feel like, is a big, you look at a character like Sub-Zero who can start a combo string, a big combo from an overhead or a low. It's very important to have, that ability to open up a highly defensive player. But, Nightwolf's got some amazing buttons, man. And look at this. Look at the scaling on this Fatal Blow. I don't think it's going to kill, but it's going to do a lot of damage here. We're still going to strike here from the lightning at the end. It's going to explode, and Sub-Zero is on life support, but he can't. Oh, what a call out. What a call out. He said, come on, Slide. I know you're going to do it. Not only did he block it, he flawless blocked it and just punished it like it was nothing.
Yeah, that was a super hard call, and I'm also loving it. This Nightwolf play, like I said, one of my favorite characters, not only as far as like lore-wise, but just in playstyle-wise too, because it is true that he's not a character that's going to be opening you up with like lows and overheads all that much, but you do tend to see a little bit more of like the grappler playstyle, or just really playing solid and making people whiff things or blocking unsafe things, which is what we saw a lot in that set, and just showing how much damage you can get if you do read those situations quite well. And just talking about variations too, we are seeing the higher damage variation that's not as good at getting unbreakable situations. So really, Lion is depending a lot on the fact that he's going to be able to open you up multiple times in a row, get rid of all of your defensive bar, and then punish you for tons of damage. And that's what he did so far.
Yeah, no, he did it no problem. I mean, that was a really fast match, and you know, we're seeing it continuing here. Gonna stay on, you know, the Sub-Zero pick, and Gilbags looking a little bit better here, trying to get some damage on the board. Nice checking here with the down one, getting that frame advantage to his side, and just kind of cleanly taking that throw.
And one tool that we haven't seen so far is the Reflect, which would be really interesting to see. I don't know exactly what its interaction is against the Air Axe. Unfortunately, we just see so few Nightwolves, but here we go. Big combo, full combo in the corner. And look at that, 310 into a nice knockdown. Guess is wrong on Wake Up, though. Or on his opponent's Wake Up is what I should say.
Yeah, definitely don't want to guess wrong on either wake-ups, whether they're your wake-ups or somebody else's wake-ups. You just don't want to be in that situation.
Yeah.
Oh, man, a lot of poking here. Low pokes from both sides. Sub-Zero's got a really far-reaching one, and he bets it all on the overhead. Not only did he commit fully, going right into the fatal blow, which I feel like he didn't have to. If he did have the meter, probably could have gone into a regular ice freeze, but again, that just kind of tells you the intensity of the situation. Like you're not thinking about that, and you're just like I'm praying, I'm betting it all on this overhead. It's gotta hit, it has to hit, and it did. It hit no problem here.
Yeah, I agree. There's even the potential that maybe just like an amp creeping ice could have been enough, but yeah, like there were plenty of ways to combo off that, but felt more comfortable, and that's what's most important. And as you can see, it's kind of carrying over into this next round, as we haven't seen Lion really get an opportunity to get anything started. This pressure is looking so much stronger than previous, but here we go. The damage is going to start. No breakaway again. It's interesting that we're just not seeing very many breakaways when the damage is so high. If you don't, breakdown 2, didn't get the KB. Oh, pushing blow.
That happened so fast. That happened so fast. I mean, I don't even, like, he broke away immediately, and just like that, he countered it with the armor breaking command grab. Oh, and he hits the overhead again, winning them both rounds thanks to that overhead. And Gilbag back in this, no problem. Now, there's actually a story here between these two players. So, Gil Bags, when asked what he thought about his first top 8 match here, his remarks were that this Nightwolf player is actually his tenant. So if he wins 2 games, I'm disconnecting his internet. So you know, there's a little bit of strategy here. Doesn't want to technically win 2 games in a row. Just kidding, guys. But that is what he said to me. And he also asked me to shout out to Inferior Kev for actually innovating Scorpion beyond teleport cancel. One day, this kid will show that there's more to Scorpion than teleport cancel. So big shout outs to Inferior Kev. If you're out there, Gilbags loves you.
Ooh, look at that.
I might be reading between the lines, but that's what I read there. I saw nothing but love.
All love. That's what we're about here, you know, on the Mortal Kombat show. Is just love. Love for all people. Love for all ways to murder your opponents.
That's why friendships are only good. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Down 1 check here from Sub-Zero. Now, although it is I think it's a pretty good poke. You know, a lot of people have complaints about how it wins, but it's 6 frames, man. It comes out fast. A good way to just kind of check your opponent over and over again. Back and forth, the poke war between these guys. What a jump in, man. I mean, can you really downplay that jump in from Sub-Zero? It just kind of sucks you into a horrible situation as soon as he makes that contact. Good flawless block, but he was a little hesitant and didn't want to take his turn, didn't want to take his opportunity here. And again, just like I pointed out before, you either commit to blocking or movement in that scenario. You know, it wasn't any kind of mix-up, it wasn't any kind of overhead. It was just Sub-Zero trying to backdash out of a bad situation and getting clipped.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that is just another round down. All it takes is one moment of hesitation, and you're taking so much damage from this Nightwolf variation in particular. But he's back in the momentum lead, I would say, doing a lot of damage. Okay, interesting overhead into straight arrow. Not usually an option that we see. Usually pretty good, but here we go. Gonna keep it I was gonna say mostly unbreakable, but there's just no defensive bar, so he is, of course, gonna spend all of the meter. Great conversion off that slide right there. That is not an easy combo to do. Plus then using the Rising Ice combo like we're seeing right now. This damage is adding up quite a bit.
Yeah, man, attention to detail, very, very important thing in this game. Huge crushing blow, gonna take 30% of your health. And look at that hit confirm, no problem here. Coming out of Nightwolf, Lion is looking impeccable here in this round. Just look at that comeback. He was in the corner at the start of this round, completely immobile, but able to down three his way into a great situation. Big jump and kick from Sub-Zero, very hard to contest, and again, that overhead making the connection here, doing a lot of work, but both these players are down to the wire here. Fatal blow open up for Lion.
Oh, he's hitting him so many times, so many little hits into chip position here, and yeah, not going to be able to live through that amount of chip. Only had one defensive bar, it disappeared, and then Last Breath couldn't save him. So it was a great call to use that to close it out. It's just he got hit by too many stray little hits in the corner. He got hit by the 2 in 1, 2, 4, and then just a single standing jab, and then just a bunch of weird little tiny things trying to get out. And that was pretty weird as far as pressure goes. It's not really what you'd expect from Sub. You expect some sort of commitment to the overhead with a low or a grab or something, but just weird normals being thrown out can be pretty confusing. So it is going to be 2 wins now for Gilbax, as Lion's going to have to fight back. But, I mean, that was always the plan, right? You can't get the first 2 wins because then you're getting your internet shut off, so...
Yeah, that's true, that's true. And when Lion was asked about, his thoughts on this matchup, he says, my first match is with my landlord, who taught me a lot about MK over the years. He is probably going to block forward 2 this time. It's usually close when him and Gilbags plays, and it should be an entertaining set. And it definitely is so far, down on the wire. He also says he wants to shout out the carry group and wants to shout out Nightwolf from the MK9 story mode. I made up that last part about the story.
Oh, I was really excited when you said that. I'm now extremely sad. I don't even want to comment the rest of this movie, but you know what? I'm going to give a shout out to MK9 story mode Nightwolf. The only one able to kill Sindel after Sindel kills 10 people, so big ups to him. But yeah. I really want to know who this carry crew is that every single person shouts out in the Oceania region. I'm not cool enough to know this inside reference, but one day maybe I will be cool enough. Look at that combo! Oh my god! 452. That was huge, but it's not over yet. Gets over the string, and now it's over. But at the very least, Lion managing to get out of the corner and create a little bit of space, because every single time that Gilbags gets him all the way into that corner, it is just a nightmare.
Oh no, definitely a huge nightmare there. And I thought it was a little risky for him to cash in on that crushing blow. I mean, but I think at that point he was doing it for, the style effect, the wanting to keep, that momentum on his side, and it didn't work out for him. Nice hit confirm into the freeze. I thought he was gonna leave him in a standing position, but forces that breakaway to come out. And again, checking him with that down 1. It is so fast, so much faster than you would think. 6 frames, good games over the other side. Keeping him in the corner and being able to access more, combo ability thanks to that slide, lifting you up just a little bit, which only works in the corner.
Oh, no. Yeah, that should be it. A pretty dominant game that time, but it's just the whole round was lived in that right side corner, and that is just where Gilbags was going to take the most advantage of the matchup. And of course, the fact that just Sub-Zero is good there. So in the match of Tenant versus Landlord, Landlord wins today. As we're going to see now Sub-Zero moving forward in the bracket, which is, it's a character that we've seen do quite well, but not as well, I think, in the Oceania bracket. So it's nice to see a little bit of variety, which I think we're going to see more of in the matches further today.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you definitely love to see that in any top 8, I would even as far as say in any fighting game. I mean, who wants to see a fighting game where everybody's playing the same character? And again, a game where you can access all this customization, make a character literally your own, like be the person known for like this specific move. It's really, really cool to see. Again, just a little bit of variety here. It's something new to the table that you're not gonna, be normally seeing. And again, something new that you should always consider for yourselves are these Astro headsets. So we want to give a big shout out to Astro Gaming. If you guys want to find out more about Astro Gaming and all their products that they have available for you, all you got to do is go to astrogaming.com to see all their officially licensed PlayStation products available now. Let me tell you, just from experience, these headsets are so comfortable. Definitely go out there, treat yourself, and get a nice new headset. Whether you're streaming, if you're on or if you're working from home and want to just a little flair in those office meetings, those Zoom calls, Skype calls, whatever your companies are using, definitely compatible here with Astro. So give it a shot. Give it a shot. Check it out. A lot of great things there. So anyone at home, astrogaming.com. I know you're comfy, Chef. You look super comfy.
I am. Actually, I think since last month I added all of this like sound paneling behind me, so hopefully that's going to make it sound even better. But yeah, I'm always a big fan of the like the big cup ear things. I don't even know. I don't know the official terminology, but I think that makes sense to anybody out there. But it's very comfy, and yeah, I am very comfy. But that's good because we're in for the long haul tonight, especially with the fact that Waz is already in the losers bracket, which is a pretty big surprise to me.
It is. It is a big surprise. But on an up note, I feel like that just means that we get to see more matches of WAS. Again, if you guys are a little bit less familiar with how brackets are usually run in a double elimination fashion, if you get knocked into the losers bracket, the lower bracket, I should say, you're going to be playing a lot more matches. So we are going to be seeing WAS going up against the winner of the next match, I believe. I'm sorry, not the next match. 2 matches from now, he's going to be playing the winner of Sagat and boy, I really have to say it, like the whole thing.
Gotta do it.
987. 987 654 321. I can't say it as fast as you. I'm pretty sure you practiced it before, but
who hasn't counted down from 9 before? Like what? That's not like a weird thing to do in your life, right? Like, you would never make it as the person who announces the countdown for spaceships taking off. Okay, don't ever go for that, even if it's your dream.
Spaceships don't take off that fast, all right? You got time to count that down. All right, I haven't counted backwards that fast since I was, I guess, in kindergarten, maybe first grade. I don't know.
Ooh.
But it's not something I do on a daily basis. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll work on it for the next one. But our next match here, we have Solar Plexus going up against Jojo, which I'm assuming is a reference to Powerpuff Girl villain. Jojo. I mean, it has to be, right?
I think it's gotta be. I've never asked before, but I would have to assume so. But yeah, playing the Cabal up against the Cetrion, and the Cetrion is a classic that we get to see. I'm a big fan of Solar Plexus in particular, but not gonna get a single chance to see what they can do, as that is gonna be a flawless to start off the set, and what a statement that is.
I mean, I thought Cetrion was Rogue, but I guess Cabal is Broker. Oh, tries to go for the forward roll. Again, you want to close that gap between yourself and opponent. What a great way to just go forward, advancing, fully invincible. Over to the other side of that rock wall, which is really, this slight gas is doing a lot here for Mojo Dojo. Just getting past all these zoning options, but again, you're treading in very dangerous waters because of that crushing flow right there, just like that, 32% completely gone. But it is a finite resource, not going to be available for the rest of this game. So Mojo Jojo does not have too much worry about in terms of the, air approach.
I mean, to be fair, at least the big boulder is still a gigantic amount of damage, but all right, here we go. Yeah. Big corner combo. This is going to be the full thing. Doesn't go for the jump kicks, just jump punches. Still only 331 damage. Oh, but a great natural barrier anti-air. And yeah,
look at the payoff. The payoff is huge for a jump in versus, getting hit with the boulder. I definitely think it's worth the risk, especially with a high damage output like a ball. And that is so unfortunate. He confirmed the jump kick, but because the first hit of that string missed, he actually was able to block, and that is such an unfortunate situation here. But Mojo Jojo just kind of brushing it off here, just saying it was just a little error, a little miscalculation, if you will. Again, getting hit with a boulder there, 14%. Again, not super shabby, but you do get pushed all the way back to the other side. Oh my god, no nomad dash from there.
Oh, okay, but gets one here. Gonna get the full conversion. This might be it. Wow, didn't go into any fatal blow setup. Gonna give another chance here, but the grab is going to be the punish. And that is going to be game one, but I'm really surprised that we didn't see something like off of the hook slam, like the standing 4 into fatal blow, I think, or maybe even like standing 3 into fatal blow, or just raw fatal blow, which I think does work off of hook slam. That might have been enough. At the very least, it would put you in a situation where like one projectile could end the game. However, whatever he did, it worked out, so he made the correct read. But yeah, you can see, you were talking about how, you're making a little joke about Cetrion, and Cetrion is, of course, a very strong character, but recently in, discussions in the community, people have been rating this Cabal variation higher and higher. Cabal was always a pretty strong character as far as damage, but when you choose this variation, the damage just gets ridiculous. The mobility of Slight Gas in the air is just unbelievable, especially going up against zoners like Cetrion. And I mean, I think this is a good example of why people are starting to see this variation as just really a top tier contender, I'd say.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. The mobility too, added to when you have Slight Gas, the ability to kind of jump fast thing, that was very, very risky stuff there. That could have been a big crushing blow here for Cetrion. Oh, good hit confirmed here. No problem. Forward 2, and that hook slam adding and just tacking on so much thanks to just one bar. Tries to go with the stand 3 to put himself in plus frames, but just a little too far away.
Gets the grab, gonna build a little bit of space. Ooh, uses the teleport for one of the first times in his set, but no defensive bar left. I think there's a good chance that this could be enough. Is there a possibility to spend more than one bar here? Could have actually, oh no, actually spent it. I didn't even see that it was spent, but regardless, catches the air projectile. But yeah, you can just see how that damage adds up so quickly. Those combos are wild.
Yeah, and I guess at the end of that, it just scales super hard. That's going to be a nice chunk of damage here for Solar Plexus. Cetrion hitting that air-to-air boulder. Again, it's a little tricky. It looks like the rolling boulder, but it just goes straight forward at you. You kind of have to guess sometimes, or sometimes you got to go crazy and just nomad dash, either one. Nice.
That is plus. Oh. Yeah, making a lot of really good reads in the air boulder. It is a really scary thing because it is, like you said, a 50-50 against Cabal. If there is a raw nomad dash, you are getting full punished for sure. And so it just takes one wrong guess, and then you're taking tons of damage in the corner, getting looped in Oki, and you could lose the whole thing off the potential reward of like 15%.
Yeah. And unfortunately, no bar there for Solar Plexus to break away to try to avoid as much damage from this combo, but it is slowly building up there. Solar Plexus on a momentum train here, getting those successful hits, and right now, back to square one, back to where you're a little bit more comfortable as Cetrion. Unfortunate that tornado whiffed there, wasn't expecting to get the hit, and look at that Slight Gas mobility, getting around these projectiles, getting around this rock wall, and just making sure that this hurt. Big jump in punch here.
Oh!
That was that.
Who got past the fatal blow? Oh, Slight Gas, what a move that is.
Yeah, I believe these guys faced off last month, or week 5 for these qualifiers, and that was happening a lot where Mojo Jojo was just Slight Gassing past the tracking fatal blow here from Cetrion, where it does track. But I think at some point it doesn't track and go behind her. And Slight Gas, I mean, that mobility is insane. Like how fast he can get from point A to point B. And I remember that happening a lot last time these guys played. So, I could see the reasoning behind the slight hesitation coming from Plexus to try to utilize that fatal blow in these scenarios, because that just fatally blew up in her face. Like she lost because of that. Like it came, and if she was just a little bit more patient and try to use something a little bit more reserved. I mean, sometimes you just gotta block those jump kicks and you just gotta deal with it. and knowing that this specific variation of Cabal doesn't really have any kind of mix-up. It doesn't have the low hook, it doesn't have the low saw, so you just got to know where those overheads are in those strings.
Yeah, but I mean, we can see one of the nice breakaway right there. One of the big, I would say, weaknesses, honestly, of Cetron is that she doesn't have great anti-airs from, like, I want to say, like, just directly above her head, right? And that is an angle that's so easy to force yourself to as a character with great aerial mobility like Cabal. So it's just not able to find these huge anti-airs, and even when it is an anti-air, it's going to be, like once the crushing blow is used, it's going to be a 15% boulder, great roll, or it's going to be like a natural barrier, and that's just not a lot of damage. So, oh, wow, very rare crushing blow, gets the full conversion. This should be it, assuming no breakaway. That might have been a big waste of a breakaway, actually.
It could have been. It could have been a huge waste. I mean, those resources, yeah, and it was. It was because it didn't get, Cetrion that breathing room that she was looking for. Solar Plexus couldn't find that comeback, couldn't find, the means to pick up the pieces. And unfortunately, going into this with a lot of drained defensive bar, and meter acts very strange in that scenario. When you use it before it gets completely built up, it goes back to regenerating very slowly. So, when you have a loadout that can actually use defensive meter, you gotta realize those repercussions.
Yeah, and this is a good example of that for sure. Now, oh wow, that was right as I was about to say how much momentum Mojo Dojo has gained. They just run directly into a block with a Nomad Dash, and things turn around, but still gets another opportunity. Oh, is this able to get over Hell's Wrath? That is one of the nicest things about Hell's Wrath, is that it does have a hitbox, even above her head. Oh, that's a punish! And this, no meter. This should be enough, but needs to find another hit without getting hit himself. This is tough.
Nice tech! Oh, what an insane throw tech there. That meant everything. That meant the game. That meant the set. But unfortunately, you cannot tech in that scenario. She's definitely dead, getting snatched out of the roll. The one thing that does go through the roll during those invincibility frames, no problem at all. Going to be playing a little bit of a sending off Caribbean vibe over to Solar Plexus, as Solar Plexus is eliminated from today's top 8. And didn't get a chance to put in Solar Plexus's shout-outs, but again, Solar Plexus wanted to shout out my favorite cheerleaders, Temp and NAZR18. Wish you could make it with a big heart at the end of it. So Solar Plexus, unfortunately, this is going to be the end of your top 8 run. So it's really awesome. It was great to see the run back here between these players, but you can definitely see that Mojo Dojo, keep wanting to say Mojo Jojo. And I think I'm pretty sure I said Mojo Jojo a few times during that. But he definitely did the homework there in terms of, I believe these guys faced off. It was maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, something like that. And just a completely different thing. And that kind of shows, because I believe it was you and David commentating that one. I want to say Solar Plexus won the last time these guys faced off. But again, it just kind of shows you. Yeah, but when you come out of a specific matchup and you win, you're like, cool, I know that matchup. I'm good. I don't have to lab anything. I don't have to worry about that. And when you come out of that matchup and you lose, you're constantly thinking about things that went wrong. You're looking back, trying to take notes on things that you could have improved on. Because you always just want to be, that next step competitor, because, that's why we love doing it. And again, if you guys are at home watching right now and you also love competing, you definitely want to get in on this action. Let's give a big shout out to PS4 Tournaments. This, of course, is a PlayStation 4 tournament. So, as always, give a big shout out to them. If you guys want to find out more information on, the rest of these qualifying regional tournaments, if you guys are in these qualifying regions, definitely go over to compete.playstation.com. It's super easy. All you got to do is sign in with your PSN ID, and you can easily see the list of available PS4 tournaments to sign up for. It's not only just Mortal Kombat stuff. There's other genres in there. So if you're just a competitor and love to get out there, get involved, meet some new friends, meet some new rivals, and get some unique rewards, you definitely want to sign up for these. Again, one more time, compete.playstation.com. That's all you guys need. And man, that was it. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's important to remember that we are only just barely over the halfway point for the MK Pro competition, so it is certainly not too late. Okay, maybe a little bit too late to get first place in the Oceania region, but you can still absolutely qualify for pretty much any of these regions. There are tons of weeks left, and even if you don't, it's a great learning opportunity. And I know that these players are trying to, on the left side, Sagat, solidify his spot in that second place. And on the right side, boy, 987654321 is probably going for or to try to make, that top 8 regional finals, get some money, but this is going to be a tough opponent.
Hates fire serves no purpose.
They must answer for the Wuxi.
Round 1.
Ooh.
I don't know if I was supposed to talk over that. Or,
I know. I never know.
That sounded like. I feel like that's something we.
Yeah, I mean, people skip them so much that, like, if they want to hear them, I'm going to let the players hear them. But, going into this, just, again, a reminder, Sagat coming off of a second place, just barely, almost was the first person to dethrone Waz, reset the bracket, one hit away from the victory, but wasn't able to close it out, and so is definitely looking to make a repeat performance, at least this time around, using this super sick buzzsaw variation. However, boy, playing a very high damage variation of Total is trying to stop that and doing quite a good job at it.
Oh yeah, definitely doing a good job, but right now about to lose that huge life lead he's got, getting thrown for the mix, the throw mix out of the corner. But because of that, gave him a lot of breathing room here, a lot of real estate to work with, going over the other side, trying to hit that specific move coming out of that teleport there. It's one of the slower ones, but again, one that kind of, and not going to be the trade or anything he was looking for. Kung Lao taking that first round. Sagat continuing this dominance here and looking to get as many points as possible. But boy, can still definitely do it here. Even over a lot of carry over to the corner. And again, you just want to block your opponent down here. Good block of the overhead, but didn't go for a punishing string. That is definitely punishable. Again, I don't know what the specifics are from that full range. It looked really, really far away, but either way, gets the command grab, gets the corner switch, and decides to try to get a little bit better Oki. So doesn't want to amplify it here, but definitely going to amplify it here to keep the corner positioning, able to switch over the other side, big jump punch, and continuing over and over again. Where is that command grab? That very, very fair command grab. There it is, and unfortunately, just as I said it was fair, ironically, that was a drop, and another drop. These guys are so nervous.
Oh no, that was just a drop into a drop into a drop. And in the end, it did overall kind of get to the first person who had a guaranteed win, but not necessarily also, because we did see a full forward 2-4 hit into no conversion at all from Boy 9765131. Wait, is there an 8 of his name? There is. Okay, yeah, I missed it. But yeah, that was just a weird set of drops at the end. Kind of got into spaghetti mode, I'd have to say. I think it all really started when that overhead was blocked, which is an absolutely beautiful block. It's not like you generally are going to be blocking overhead against Kung Lao, so it was definitely a good reaction to the actual short hop. But then maybe, I don't know if it was supposed to be like something like a flawless block attempt, but the neutral jump into really nothing was a big mistake, and then it just kind of fell apart for both players. But hey, it's the first match of the day, right, for these players. So they've got a little bit of time to warm up, and I'm not as familiar with Boy 987654321, but I am liking what I'm seeing. Though, is there anything scarier? Tell me this, Arma. Then the moment that you fight against a Kodal, and suddenly you see them start like wave dashing across the screen. At that point, I'm like, oh no, I'm outclassed.
Yeah. At that point, I'm just like, how does he move that fast? He's so big, how does he move that fast? I hope everyone gets that reference there. But yeah, Kodal Khan is super scary. I mean, not only that, the damage output, the fact that he's got that mid command grab, forcing you to, not block or jump in these awful scenarios. I mean, I think this character is super duper good. That's gonna be Whiff City though. You don't want to be whiffing the wrong way as Kung Lao jumping right over that. Just Sagat coming in, no problem here. Displaying that execution, impeccable timing here. Whoa, big jump and kick as deep as possible to get those lust frames. Whoa, that could have been a huge whiff punish there from Sagat, but he just a little hesitant there. Didn't really want to commit to it. There's the hat tricks pressure over and over again. The stagger pressure, just like that, air to air, no problem at all.
Round 2.
Yeah, that going for the kind of safer double media option right there was, I think, really smart, because if there was a grab and it was red, a down to crushing blow could have been literally everything. All right, but here we go. Now this time, boy, 987654321 getting the momentum going and pushing to the corner, although getting hit by the second hit of Amp Possessed Hat. That was a little bit weird. You don't always expect it, especially the first time he's thrown it out at that range, so it can be a little bit weird. It's clipped, but gets another chance to fight in the corner. This is pretty scary. This is going to be Amped for sure. Damage buffs. He's going to get one more big opening.
Oh, there it is. It's going to be enough. No. He does have the damage buff, but no, you're right. It's not enough. Trying to apply the sun there. Yeah, what is he going to do? Gets a little bit of a wrist tan and just goes down there. But here we go. Boy. Not gonna try it. I can't say it as fast as you. Boy, 98765. I can't do it as fast as you. Boy, looking great here, making this comeback, getting the round on the board, but unfortunately held on the block super duper hard here, getting thrown for his troubles. Watch out for those down pokes. Going to be very, very plus for Kung Lao, especially when the corner is on his side. So we're going to throw him over to the other side. Not going to waste the bar. Want the Oki, but again, over-committing here on the roll. Forward roll out of the corner is a very common option. Love the check there after that down 3 on hit, making sure that that jails into a guaranteed situation for him. Oh, baby.
The dick grab. Yeah, that is nasty. Hasn't really been going to that all that much in this set, so just making it a lot more of a scary option. You can see he's mostly going for just the raw 1-2, and it's working over and over, which is honestly probably the option that you should go to more, just because, it is going to be safe. It is going to allow you to pressure afterwards. But this is a scary point. Gets the back throw. Did he have the crushing blow? He did not. So fatal blow available for both players. Great tag. This is so scary. Just one hit from either one.
Oh, what a clutch tech. Oh no, Amplify didn't freeze it there. There's 12 seconds left on the clock. 10 seconds now. He's got to do something. Boy's got to do something. Can he get enough health back? I don't think he can. He's trying to hit that crushing blow.
Oh no! He was swung into the hat. And honestly, I think maybe there was a chance that he could have had enough health back, but the moment that he got hit by that stray hat, I think it was over. And I love the fact that we did see Sagat switch over to the more defensive zoning game plan as soon as he saw that the clock was low. It was super smart, and it's something that honestly you usually can't do as Kung Lao, just because he doesn't really have a great mid projectile. But as much as we see Buzzsaw used as a pressure tool, it is also just an amazing projectile. At the very best, you're going to be trading with it. It's got a gigantic hitbox. You can bait people into jumping over it. It does quite a bit of damage. It knocks down great out of the air. So Sagat knowing how to take advantage of that. And now he's up 2-0 in the set, which has actually been a very close set, all things considered. Not a 2-0 type set.
Yeah, I mean, again, here, when we ask Sagat, his feelings on the match, he actually says that this is a special match here because they play a lot of casuals, and the last time these guys met in tournament, Boy actually took him out, or beat him in that set, using Terminator. So, again, a very a command grab type character, mix type character, so I definitely see, him feeling at home with a character like Total Tom. Sagat also wants to shout out to SeaWorld Swazi for being his punching bag. Sorry, Swazi. So sorry.
Haven't seen Swazi for a couple weeks, but there's still plenty of time left in the circuit. But here we go, corner pressure coming out from Boy, although, of course, one of the best strings, I would say, in the game, 1-2-1, just because of the fact that it does give you the ability to switch sides off of pretty much every single conversion that you can get with Kung Lao. And now look at this, he's taking advantage of the corner. Oh, but speaking of side switches, just gonna need one more hit here. What's it gonna be? Chip? Oh, doesn't need Chip, can light you on fire. Oh, has a chance. One light. Oh, I like this. I like
it.
Yep.
I mean, at that point, you can just kind of sit in the sun, build as much as possible, and it's a very, very difficult situation to get out of. Obviously, like a crushing blow animation would, negate the sunlight altogether, or a fatal blow animation. But again, you got to take a little bit of that sun damage. If you don't have that, you don't have the health. It's just not fair.
Oh, but big corner coming out here, corner combo coming out here. Yeah, the damage from this variation is actually also higher than other variations, Buzzsaw is just an incredible move. It's good at everything. It can zone, it can pressure, it can be used in combos, it can be used to end combos, it can be used to get Mitos conversions off 4-1-3 and other strings you normally can't. There's just too much to say. But as I'm saying that, Sagat's showing it off, so thank you very much, Sagat. However, Boy's gonna get another chance here. He's gotta make his way in, he's gotta take this corner back. Ooh, or just start with the command grabs.
Okay, gonna keep that Oki, trying to go for that nice little wave dash, but not able to really hold him down. I see Sagat holding up a lot, and Boy's kind of keeping note of that, jumping over the other side, but not fast enough to get that whiff. But here comes the dive kick, not enough because Kotal's got a little bit more damage. But unfortunately, that Buzzsaw is so active, and when you come out of that roll animation, you are susceptible to recovery frame, and that was basically his demise here. Boy on life support here. Sagat on set point. All he needs is this round to win this entire set and move on to this lower bracket. Again, staying away from the command grab, doesn't want to get too risky. That was just pure hit confirm. No problem at all. Switching him over to the other side, trying to push him close to the corner and the up three. Risky stuff because Kotal can whip punish like no other in this game. That's going to be a Kotal con cut, launching him up with some pretty good damage, 25%.
But now reversed, and the corner combo is coming out from Sagat, and he just needs one more big hit, but Boy just needs one conversion to Fatal Blow! Fatal Blow right there would have been the kill, would have broken armor, would have guaranteed it no matter what, but he's gonna get another chance after that unfortunate drop. He just needs to find a hit, auto-spacing from the projectile, and the grab is not enough, still needs one more hit, I think. Oh, sets up the guaranteed chip, and he is going to chip him out. As soon as there was nothing on that wake up, that was going to be a guaranteed win. And so great stuff to Sagat. Boy, unfortunately just dropping a few situations where he had the win, both in the first game and in the third game. He could have closed it out fairly. I mean, it was 100% guaranteed, really, in both of those situations. Just needed to go into either the Fatal Blow in the third game or in the first game, just get any sort of conversion, including, I think there was an opportunity for Fatal Blow. So unfortunate that just a few drops mattered so much. But, actually, really, because of how good that match was and how good both those players were, I was about to say, we'll still get another chance to see him. Unfortunately, we actually won't because they're actually in losers already, which is surprising. My brain didn't even register that because we were seeing such good play.
No, it definitely was good play. Like I said, there's a lot of great talent in this region, and this is why people should be paying attention. It's not necessarily that there's no talent in this region. It's just it's very hard for these players to make it out to these super far tournaments. Again, if you're not in North America, if you're trying to compete offline for an NRS game, very, very tough. But Boy wanted to give a shout out to Grayson Zero, who got knocked out in losers by Warrior Mojo. So Grayson, shout out to you, and bigger shout outs to Boy, because that was some really good Kotal Con, a really close set, but unfortunately that's going to be it for him. We do want to shout out the merch that you can see me wearing right here and that you can see here on the slide. You guys can rep your realm. Now, let me tell you, a lot of merch in this store. So if you guys are interested in some official Mortal Kombat Pro Competition merch, all you got to do is hit up Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat, or if you're watching the stream, this broadcast on your desktop, there should be a little box that you can click on and it'll show you the whole store. Not only black t-shirts, if that's not your thing, they got gray shirts. They got different colors, different characters. I know Raiden's out there, and Liu Kang's there. A few other characters. So, your favorite is out there. You definitely want to pick that up. But I know my favorite, along with Wonder Chef's favorite, is Melina, because that is definitely one of the best communities out there. So, want to rep your realm, rep your character, and also, if regular t-shirts aren't your style, they got hoodies, tank tops, and I believe even action figures. Are they just figures? Are they just figures now? They're not action figures like they were when we were little boys.
If you can use your imagination, there will always be action figures.
There you go. Just grab them and start playing with them. So a lot of great stuff there in the merch shop. So yeah, definitely hit that up. And that's going to be a great thing for you guys to do while we take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We got a lot more top 8 action just for you guys. 6 players remaining in this incredibly talented region. Sit right there.
Yeah, you can't hold me down. Yeah, how you
jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation. Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition Intercontinental Combat. We are here with Week 5 for the Oceania region, and we are done with our first set of matches, but now we need to see who is going to make it a little bit further in the bracket. We've had some upsets so far. We've had some great matches, some new players that I wasn't familiar with, so I think it's only going to get better from here. But, of course, I'm Wonder Chef, joining Darth Arma. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm super excited to see the rest of this. We have 6 competitors left in this amazing top 8. But before we get into any of that, I do want to give a shout out and make sure everybody knows that this is presented by PS4 Tournament. So if you guys want to get in on the action, you're going to want to pay attention to the next few points I bring up. The Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition is presented by PS4 Tournaments. You can check out the PS4 Tournament Open Series. PS4 Tournaments are weekly competitions for all skill levels. You guys can compete against your friends and rivals to earn some unique rewards. All you have to do is go to the Competition Center, which is the one destination for Mortal Kombat content that gives you an inside look at how top players play, and you get some tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. All you guys got to do is go to compete.playstation.com and sign in with your PSN ID. Let's take a look at this bracket. As you guys can see in the top left, if you are just joining us, a big upset so far in today's top 8. Waz goes down to Bajiga and now finds himself with just 1 tournament life remaining in the lower bracket. Bajiga and Gilbags will be solidifying that winners finals, guaranteeing themselves 3rd place or better. Then in the lower bracket, we have Solar Plexus losing to Mojo Dojo in the run back from last time. And we have Boy being eliminated by Sagat, who, has a lot of respect for, his opponent. And definitely, you got to be on the lookout for this kid. I mean, there's just going to be more and more, especially that I heard a little bit about Boy playing Terminator. I want to see a little bit more of that because I feel like that character is super downplayed. But either way, Sagat is going to be going up against Waz, and this is, normally we see this matchup in, winners finals or winner semifinals, but right now we're going to be seeing it in a high intensity situation here. Lot on the line here because this could be elimination. This is going to be elimination for whoever loses in this set. It's going to be Cabal versus, I'm getting ahead of myself. Right now, we're going to be playing.
I'm really excited for that set, too. It's the rematch from Grand Finals last week, so I think everybody's really looking forward to it. But we do have one match before it, and I'm excited for this one, too, because I really liked Lion's Nightwolf, of course, I had all that Nightwolf playing in that last game, but also this Cabal is looking stronger than ever with that slight gas mobility, and we'll see how this goes. Already starting off first hit, solid hit to Lion.
Yeah. And, don't forget about that, hook grab combo ability. So much damage. Speaking of damage, down to hitting high enough just to convert a little bit lower, and I love that breakaway here from Mojo Dojo, but unfortunately finds himself in a world of hurt. Down to 30% or less, giving him access to that fatal blow. Is he going to use it, or is he going to die with it going into the next round? Big call out there on the backwards roll, catching him on those recovery frames. Lion now about to lose this huge life lead. Like gas, giving him double kicks. Is he going to cash in here with fatal blow? Yes, he is. And I believe this isn't going to scale enough to not kill him. He is definitely dead. Big hook right through the chin, as you can see here. Going to be the demise of Nightwolf as he just gets thrown closer to the corner. And just like that, Mojo Dojo making an incredible comeback here with just determination and patience.
Well, determination, patience, and one of the higher damage variations in the game, I would say, are the 3 pieces to that puzzle. The sugar spice and everything nice.
Everything
and then
nice.
The damage is the chemical X. But yeah, I mean, we can just see why this variation is so scary. And honestly, this Nightwolf variation is another variation that is very high damage, but when you get just how many opportunities you can get from every single hit with this Cabal variation, you can see why it is really looking up. But, misses the tick grab, doesn't get punished. That could have been a punishment with the jab, even just a little bit slow. Goes for the full string. Just needs one more hit here. Really, either side can kill off of one more hit. Oh, not a grab though. I think it's duckable. I don't think it's a real string, but hey, whatever works, right? He's gonna tie up the rounds.
I mean, you say it's duckable, but that's one of the scariest things to try to do against Nightwolf in that, you know, close quarter situation, which is why that is working there. Because a lot of people are a little hesitant. I love the hit confirm, or I don't know if it was a hit confirm or anticipation of, you know, getting the hit because he was in the air. But either way, Mojo Jojo is, you know, trying to take this here, but Lion fighting back throw to keep the control of the corner position here. And again, trying to just, you know, stop him from holding up, holding north. Holding the north is what these MK11 players love to do here. Down 3, checking up, getting those super duper plus frames, hitting the command grab, switching over to the other side, which isn't ideal. But he's just trying to get enough hits to find it here, and he does, no problem at all. And Lion makes that comeback despite, you know, being demoralized in that first round from Mojo Jojo's, you know, comeback. And that's all because
he did spend the fatal blow right there, which is a big deal. It's a very, very big deal. And the fact that he had to spend it meant that maybe he isn't going to be able to get that comeback win again. But, you know, he just tried to just sneak his way out. He was, you know, holding north, like you said. He jumped on wake up like 3 times in a row, and it was just a down one and then a down one, and then finally getting a solid hit. But, you know, that damage does add up, especially when you're at that late in the game and you just need one solid conversion. So maybe the answer in this upcoming, well, I guess few games is just don't jump as much, or just pick your moments better when you're going to jump, right?
I mean, yeah, and again, it's I believe Nightwolf's command grab is a mid command grab, but it's very short range, little limited on what he can tick throw from it, and honestly, I think it's a little bit one of the least rewarding command grabs, which. You know, but the whole asset, the fact that it's an asset to, you know, Nightwolf's loadout is the fact that it's his armor breaker.
And of course, Brandon was talking about it. Yeah, he lands one of the few tick grabs. Now, it is actually a high command grab, but you don't generally just use it raw. It's usually going to be off of the tick throws. It's just, you see it so rarely actually used as a command grab that, you know, you would think it's mid. But yeah, the fact that it's an armor breaker is a big deal. However, usually we see it with the, oh, I don't know the name of the move. Right there. But the roll that amplifies to get the launch, that guarantees that if they break away, you are breaking it. Now, the fact that he's using the Rising Tomahawk means that he's never guaranteed to be able to get that crushing blow or that armor breaker in general. So just it shows that you can do some very different things if you're looking for those breakers.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's all about, you know, the flavor that you want to express with your character. Literally make it your own.
Ooh, gets the with punish with the arrows. That was kind of a weird way to do that, but gets a nice breakaway. Maybe could have gotten a punish if he stood up fast enough, but instead delayed wake up. Maybe a little bit of a mistake right there. Oh, and the gas blast. I didn't see that was a variation change. How did I not see that? So I do see of course, the hook slam. So we're gonna see gas blast and then something else, right? Because I don't think gas blast is a slot move. I was not paying attention clearly, which is my mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it does show it there in the loading screens, but again, sometimes there's just so many other things to talk about.
Yeah, so we'll see if we get to see what the other move is at some point, but right now is going to go for a very different style, right? Oh, well, that's going to be the kill, but I would have to say that Mojo probably realized that the air mobility isn't really necessary. It's not like he's going to be getting over projectiles like he did against Setron earlier today. I say as he gets hit by a projectile in the air. But yeah, no, having those safe enders with the amplified gas blast probably going to give him a little bit more space to kind of auto space. Oh, what a weird trade.
Yeah, definitely a strange exchange there, but hey, you know, you got to roll with it. Sometimes you just can't control a lot about this, you know, in anything you do. and just kind of, again, punishing Mojo Dojo for holding North, holding the North, and just trying to get out of a bad situation because you're just constantly scared of being in pressure. Hits the down 2, but maybe not fast enough to get that crushing blow. And here comes the pressure here, tries to mix it up just a little bit there, where that string normally ends in an overhead, tries to go into the low hook, but again, it is fuzzy blockable, and sometimes you just got to test your opponent, see if they are, you know, equipped with the knowledge of the timings on, you know, whether the low or the overhead option hits first, and whether they can get into that rhythm. You know, it's all about that fuzzy blocking, something that, you know, you can utilize in a lot of different fighting games, not just NRS games. Anything that has, you know, variable timings to specific ways to block stuff. So really love seeing the attention to detail here coming from, you know, the ability to block all these things, the ability to, you know, keep that guard up, and Lion is looking great, man, looking fabulous here. 2-0 lead, nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, and the fact, too, that was one of the first times, or maybe the first time, that we saw him go for that mix-up. And, you know, if we want to know what the third move was in that variation, obviously we know now that it's the low hook, but we are going to see a return to the previous variation. And I mean, it did sort of work. Honestly, the gas blast worked. He wasn't able to mix up with the low hook. Lion showed that level of comfortability with the matchup, and I mean, it's one that you expected to see a lot more before Ultimate. Wow, the back 2 anti-air. That is a super slow anti-air. What a heavy read to make, but Lion is going to still be eating a full combo. Wasn't able to get that full mix-up situation, I guess, afterwards, as he got he whiffed his tick grab.
Yeah. I could definitely call that a whiff. Well, good blocking here, able to swing back as soon as possible here. And unfortunately, even though Cabal didn't commit to that second hit of the string, still able to get punished here, and that's just the level of attention that Lion is paying here. He's not letting that slip by, and he's making that punish as soon as possible. But here comes the extended hook. Huge combos, able to end it with a fatal blow. No way he's going to have any health remaining here. Wait a minute, it's scaling a lot. Definitely
yeah.
Wait,
I don't know. I think he's alive.
He's alive.
He is alive.
Oh my god. Down nothing. That scaled so much.
I know. I don't know why he did such a full combo before he did the fatal blow. I feel like if he did the fatal blow earlier in that combo, it would have killed. But hey, you know, it worked out in the end. And I mean, Mojo Dojo here is fighting really from the back foot. Has to win 3 games straight. That's a great start. And this is a great start in the next round. But oh wow, that could have actually been a back 1-2 down 2 crushing blow. Doesn't need it. Gonna get a ton of damage here. No defensive bar from Lion. Didn't get the full knockdown, but is still gonna get Oki. Just needs one more solid hit, but Lion's gonna get a chance.
Good, he could get the chance here. Blocks the string, looking for the reversal throw, and fortunate for Lion, he didn't confirm into the Nomad dash. Just a little too slow there. Maybe the kick just didn't hit right. Forcing the breakaway. Can he make this comeback? He's got fatal blow. He literally needs one hit confirm and fatal blow, and he's dead. Hits him with a down 1 on wake up. The audacity from Mojo Dojo. I mean, hey, look, if that's what you need for the win, you don't need a fancy combo. You don't need a risky throw. Just wake up with that down 1, because that is, you know, that's what you earned at that point. You know, bringing your opponent down to the wire, down to that little sliver of health, and that's it. That's it. Down 1. Is this the start of a reverse 3-0 comeback? I mean, Mojo Dojo got, I want to say, rolled over in those first 2 games. And the fact that you can go back to, you know, your original loadout and play that confident, especially in that second round, I mean, that was all momentum, all the right calls, all the right.
Yeah, and that was such a scary position at the end to wake up down 1, because if that was like a meaty forward 2 or a meaty back 1 or a meaty back 3-4 from Lion, that was it. That was just fatal blow into death, no problem at all. But I mean, a heavy read, and knowing that a down 1 was going to probably give him enough advantage to get the guaranteed chip kill, so he made the correct read. And the fact that you're able to make such a fearless decision, even when you're literally on the brink of tournament elimination, shows a lot about somebody's mental fortitude, and so I definitely would say that I don't think Mojo Dojo's out yet, but a great flawless walk into the armor breaker, and that is actually huge because it does get rid of the scaling on the combo, and the flawless walk up 2 does add a lot of scaling, so overall the damage was quite a bit. I mean, you do get the damage over time, which would have been unsealed anyway, but you can see just it added up quite a bit. On the other side though, all you need is one combo to even things out.
Yeah, all you need is one combo, and that's, you know, pretty easy to find if you're looking for it in the right spot. Down one checks from both players, but that was Lion, who was actually a little bit disrespectful there, trying to move out of the way, even though he was definitely super negative there, able to move way later after his opponent. Big jump in kick does get challenged afterwards as it does hit super high. You gotta pay attention to those, you know, heights of those normal moves. Oh, and a little bit of a trade there, and I love the idea from Mojo to just kind of back off, be where you're feeling a little bit more comfortable, where I can reach my opponent, but he can't reach me, and Mojo Jojo is running away with this here.
Round 2.
The momentum in his favor.
The potential for a 3-0 reverse comeback is good, and that only helps my case. Wins for the armor breaker right there. There was no breakaway at all, so that was actually quite a bit of a whip. It allowed a full combo punish. That could be a big mistake that he pays for quite a bit. No meter on the side of Lion, though, so not going to be any sort of huge conversions. One of the biggest downsides of Nightwolf is you really need meter to get any sort of good launch. But the life is only just evened up here. I'm surprised we haven't seen any reflects on those teleports, or sorry, on those air projectiles, but great back two. And now Fatal Blow available, so can get a big conversion, kept it unbreakable, and that's going to be another unbreakable situation where Lion is going to be put on match point yet again. Now, lots of resources available for both of these players this time. This could go either way very easily.
And look at how smart that was. He knew he had breakaway, and that was the perfect call out because he didn't waste his meter looking for the following hits. But unfortunately, Mojo Dojo takes the helm, takes control here, finding a big combo of his own. And, you know, breakaway didn't even come into a factor here. That's going to be a big launcher. Reaching forward with those far-reaching normal strings, ducking under that buzzsaw, trying to avoid as much damage as possible. And that was the reflect attempt right there that you were actually just mentioning there. But unfortunately, I guess the startup wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, maybe didn't hold or something, but that's gonna be it. Yeah, great whip punish right there. Stayed patient enough to find that last opening. He's gonna go for the friendship himself. Not a friendship we almost ever see. I don't think I've ever legit seen the Nightwolf friendship in tournament. So that's always a good one with the bear in the background doing the tricks. Shout outs to the bear, definitely carrying this act, right? Like, oh yeah, you can jump through a hoop, that's pretty cool. All right, bird, you can land on my hand, that's a normal bird thing, but the bear doing all the work. Shout outs to the bear.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know many humans who can even do that. I mean, that's I don't know how you could even get a bear to do that, but I mean, it's beyond me why that's not the focus of the friendship. But you know, either way, big shout outs to the bear, and bigger shout outs to Mojo Dojo, who unfortunately this will be the end of your tournament run. You are eliminated from here, but she solidified some points, and you turned some heads. A lot of people really paying attention to how much better you're getting, and you got to be careful though. Now that you're going to be on people's radar, especially when we're going into these regional finals. You know, you just showed that you were able to overcome that Cetrion matchup. So I believe you can overcome this Nightwolf matchup. He's definitely going to be hitting the lab and coming back stronger than ever. But let's focus on the remaining 5 players that we have. And coming up next, we do have a match that we normally see on the winner side, very, very close to the end of the tournament. But this time we're going to be seeing it here on the lower bracket. And that is Waz Not Waz going up against Sagat. But before we get into that, we do want to give a little bit of a shout out to Astro Gaming. If you guys want to get yourselves some incredible equipment for your stream at home or just for your regular setup at home, definitely check out Astro Gaming, which is the official audio partner for Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. All caster audio is powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. Please visit astrogaming.com to find out more information on all their officially licensed PlayStation audio products, which are available now. You guys can see the high quality here. We love it. They love it. They love to sell you things. Go out there, get yourselves an Astro, and just treat yourself. Treat yourself to something nice. So big shout outs to Astro Gaming for being a great asset to this whole competition, whole this whole tour. And yeah, man, we're ready to see this match. I mean, Chef, I was so excited. I jumped the gun and I thought the match was coming a game before. I know you're excited because you know these players. I mean, these players are phenomenal in this region, and to see them here so quickly and to see them in a high stakes situation, it's only going to bring out the best of this set. And it looks like we have Waz going with Shang Tsung. I believe he played this maybe the second or third week, if memory serves right. We saw a little bit of Shang Waz in the past.
It's a character that he's definitely had up his sleeve before, but just before this match starts, or as it's starting, I want to just kind of recap the last time that they played. We saw quite a few different character matchups from them. However, I wouldn't say it's actually a character matchup from Sagat. He just went to 3 separate variations. Both the Buzzsaw that we're used to seeing, he went to the Spiritual Guidance, which we're not used to seeing at all, and then he went to the Lotus Fist for different points. So he has a lot of different options as far as that goes. Waz tried to the Cassie, got zoned actually by Kung Lao, which is a very rare thing to see. Went for the Jade, which fell pretty quickly to the Spiritual Guidance Lao, and then went overall for the Frost. But right now, this is a character that is known to do quite well against, against Kung Lao, and that is Shang Tsung, and you can see exactly why, controlling all that space that he wants to be in.
Yeah, and then that's what it is. You know, you got to watch out for these corpse drops. And again, even the air's not safe. You saw Waz just picking him out of the sky with that Ermac lift and, you know, getting good damage. And that's what it was right there. That was anticipation. Anticipating for Kung Lao to do what Kung Lao players do, and that is jump forward at you to try to, you know, apply that jump kick pressure. Good attention to detail here from Waz, deciding that, you know, back up because, you know, you don't want to be too predictable and you don't want to stay completely still when that Buzzsaw hat is threatening you, because once you stay still, that's when Kung Lao can kind of bully you with throws or hit you with some stagger pressure, a shimmy. Wait, what? Did the hat go the wrong way?
That has to be intentional. That has to be intentional. That's such a good counter to it. So what happens is he does the hat, the lift puts you right there behind him, and then at that moment, the hat's like, oh, okay, so I'm still to the right because Shang Tsung is to the right of Kung Lao. I've never seen that interaction somehow, but clearly something that's been labbed, as we saw the reversal lift coming out from Waz, and I'd have to say he found a pretty damn good answer.
That's definitely something that's labbed there, and like my jaw was on the floor when I saw that. I was like, oh, clearly this Buzzsaw is gonna hit him out of this, or at least go in the right direction, and it didn't. It was kind of like it was a cross up. So it doesn't. The proximity is always on the, and this is kind of something that's true in a lot of fighting games. Have other elements besides the actual character, like a very slow projectile or like some kind of assist. Or in this case, it kind of acts like an assist from, you know, some other tag titles, and the assist always references the position of the characters, not the position of the actual physical hitbox of the assist. So that was crazy to see. That was so specific and so meticulous. And again, I'm so impressed by the attention to detail there.
Yeah, that is something to be really important, I think, to see from other players in the future. Buzzsaw has been a move that's been very difficult to answer, especially in some very particular matchups. So not only does this matchup tend to be pretty difficult for Kung Lao just in general, but if that's a specific answer that we get to see, I think that will maybe even drive it even more in that direction. But we are immediately seeing the switch to Spiritual Guidance and Z-Hat, which is such a cool variation. For those of you who aren't familiar with Spiritual Guidance, it is a stance that allows him to get some launches, to throw some non-projectile projectiles. There we go, that's a great follow-up from it. And you can see why it's working out a lot better, a lot higher damage, greater ability to pressure, and yeah, I mean, that was a much different round.
Round 2. Fight.
I mean, after what happened to that Buzzsaw, I could definitely see why he like doesn't want anything to do with it, or at least wants to change it up a little bit. Love the cancel there, going to the other side, and Shang Tsung just taking forever to recover from those specific animations, and that's, you know, the drawback of having all that flair, and he is definitely a very high flair type of character, a lot of style behind all his animations, you know, but again, very, very active throughout most of it. Getting that buzzsaw and then connecting that low little stomp there, as we can see the ground pound coming from Kung Lao, but there he is, of course, not sitting still at that range. Waz just trying to do as much as possible, but unfortunately in a world of hurt, swings the whole thing. But Sagat kind of taking a breather, just saying, you know what, I don't have to risk anything. I'm just gonna back up, try to demoralize my opponent as much as possible here. And he ties it up, honestly, no problem. I mean, that game was all Sagat, man. In full control, yeah. Kung Lao.
Yeah, I mean, this is something, it's very similar to what we saw in the last set between these two at the grand finals of last month, where even if a character is a really good counter, proven counter against one of the variations that Sagat has, he's going to have all of the other options. He's one of those players who has just spent so much time mastering the character in full, you know, not just, I mean, even some players, like, they'll go as far as to learn 2 variations, but he has learned 3 strong variations. And the fact that he's gone to spiritual guidance is such a rare, really like move to see at all. Of course, one of my favorites to watch in the game, but the fact that he's been able to find some real usages for it is amazing. And we are actually seeing another variation switch here, of course, from Waz this time, as Sagat has to stick with it. But we're seeing Ground Eruption come out. Gonna be a much stronger zoning game coming out from Waz this time, and we'll see if the spiritual guidance projectiles can counter it.
Yeah, let's see if he can do it here. Again, this is a completely different type of character. I mean, again, some characters are just like slight little tweaks depending on what you equip. Shang Tsung is definitely not that character. That smoke shake pretty much defining him and really shutting off the ability to throw out any projectiles for Kung Lao, which kind of give the option for, you know, Shang to throw out his own here. Drops from full screen.
Yeah, we're seeing a pretty decent like trade situation here as far as projectiles so far, but you know, finding those final hits is going to be the real difficult thing. And here we go, we can see right there, oh, a little bit too early. So when you use a projectile, you actually duck, and you can see it does a lot of damage, 111. So that will be taking more damage than pretty much, well, I guess not an amplified corpse drop. But it's definitely going to be really good in that trade. And now Fatal Blow available. Not a lot of life left, though. You're probably not even going to be able to get through, yeah, a projectile. And so it's just a few wrong reads. Honestly, maybe Sagat could even stay a little bit more full screen than he was. Once he got into the Ground Eruption range, he was taking a lot more damage.
Yeah. But again, he wants to get in because he's, you know, trying to play around that smoke shake. That smoke shake did a lot for Waz there. Good armor break, goes for the throw, but Waz letting go of block at just the right moment. Unfortunately here, that quick recovery from the forward roll. Sagat taking a huge chunk of damage out of Waz. And Waz is in trouble here, down to life support. No, not even. Completely dead. What a conversion here, taking over 30% of that remaining life bar. Waz didn't even get a chance to try to utilize that fatal blow, and he definitely didn't have a chance to break away, as he didn't have enough bar on the defensive side.
Yeah.
Auto shimmy. One of the best in this game. I mean, you just walk up 1-1-1. They think it's a throw. They let go of block. And, you know, it's safe. It's safe. It puts him in a good spot. What an anti-air here. Waz goes, whiffs that stand one, but then says, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to hit the next opportunity, the next conversion. And what a late smoke shake there at the end. Uh-oh. Can he take it again? Can he steal this whole round? Oh, hits the overhead.
Yeah, no punish. That is big. Okay, he's going to be safe here. He's got an opportunity. He needs to just not let Waz get out of this corner. All right, gets the grab. That's a great start. He does have Fatal Blow, so he only really needs like maybe 2 more conversions if he can get them solidly. The pushback. He's going to get pressure again. The cancel. One more grab. Now all he needs is 1 conversion into Fatal Blow. Just needs to find the hits. Oh no, the jump in. Oh, down 3 Fatal Blow. 1 an attempt, but he's not out yet.
Blew it. Waz blew the opportunity. Oh, jumping over to the other side. Waz finding that jump kick. But yeah, that's very specific style or punishment attempt there from Kung Lao. If you try to punish a little too early, when you block his fatal blow, he's still technically airborne. So sometimes you gotta just take a quick little breath, wait a little bit longer, but not too long because you don't want him, fully recovering and being able to block your punish attempt. But yeah, that happens if you swing a little too early, and that's what Waz went for. He tried to punish as best as possible. But again, sometimes you forget. Like, they're very specific things. There are, certain fatal blows that hit his overheads or lows. And again, there's certain fatal blows that are almost impossible for some characters to punish unless you're a god. And Kung Lao, that specific thing is all about timing. Gotta take a little bit, take a second. And Waz knows the mistake. Like, obviously, Waz knows a lot about this game. One of the best players, not just in this region, but in this world. And, he knows that mistake, but fortunately enough, able to pick up the pieces in that scramble situation. And Waz on match point here just needs this game, and he can continue on this tense bracket.
Yeah, but I mean, that was such a scary position. Being in that corner, Sagat really had the opportunity to make the comeback. It was just down to the fact that he went for that large risk that could have won in the game. It was really like a win or lose scenario, and it's just one of those once-in-a-set attempts. It didn't work out for him, and now he's going to have to play from the back foot. Also, in the back foot from this round alone, as the chip damage has added up to so much. But here we go again. Going to get an opportunity to kind of pressure in the corner if he can get there. Oh, great anti-air. Super ready for it, and I don't think there's a great way that we're going to see Sagat, get out of this. I like the fact that he teleported, because at least he's going to steal back the center of the stage and not get rid of all the progress he made walking in slowly.
Yeah, you want to cut off as much of the stage as possible, especially, character that, look, has these full screen options here. I mean, Chef, you said he might want to play it a little bit farther away, but that smoke shake is even, like, discouraging me from seeing that type of play. And, we know Kung Lao. Kung Lao hits hard, hits like a truck, and, that's why Sagat is just trying to, get in there, get that damage. But Waz's defense is just too impeccable, too good, and too on point right now.
Yeah, I mean, on the bright side, the spiritual guidance projectiles are not considered projectiles, which is a really big boon in this situation, but he's just not able to find a good time to really use it, and it's very understandable, right? There's just there's either going to be corpses from above or fireballs from below, and it's just running away. This is looking tough.
Yeah. Very, very tough. Not a good situation here. And again, auto shimmy, no problem here, right up to him. And Sagat is unfortunately going to be eliminated from this tournament as Waz displays one of the grossest fatalities in this game. I mean, being disemboweled by demons. I cannot, very few fates I can think of that are worse than that. That was disgusting, but that's why we love the game. That's why we love you, Waz.
Despite how gross this is, this fatality always reminds me of when you're taking a shrimp out of the shell. That's exactly the feeling that it is to me. When they just pull the skeleton out, it's like when you have like a shrimp and you're just like, whoop, and you just get the full thing out and you're like, nice, one piece. That is, I just cannot not think about that, because how do you even do that to a human, is pull their whole skeleton out of their body without ripping out like everything else? It just doesn't make any sense. He turns them into a shrimp. That's got to be the answer.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now you just ruined shrimp for me. I hope you're okay with that, and I hope you ruined shrimp for a bunch of other people in the chat. But no, that's a great way. I feel like you're thinking about shrimp when you see this fatality, but now when I eat shrimp, I'm going to be thinking about this fatality, and it won't be able to get out of my head. So why don't we recover a little bit, Chef? Why don't you tell us a little bit about PS4?
Oh yeah,
PS4 shout-outs.
Absolutely, yeah. We of course, a huge shout out to PS4 Tournaments, who has not approved my my choice to compare that fatality to shrimp. But of course, the PS4 Tournaments are the ones running the MK11 Pro Competition and the PS4 Tournaments Open Series, which are their weekly competitions. You can sign up still for either of them. Again, we're only halfway through, a little bit more than halfway through this one in particular for the MK11 Pro competition. So visit the competition center at compete.playstation.com. You sign up with your PSN ID. It's very, very easy, and then everything else is from your console. It tells you when you have an opponent, who you're going to play. It automatically records the score for you. It's all very simple, and that's what these players today did to get to where they're at. So of course, thank you so much to Sony for honestly for putting on so many of these tournaments. It's very, very cool. I expected, maybe about a year ago that we were going to see a whole lot less tournaments, and then now we're seeing a whole lot more tournaments, which is not what I expected.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
actually literally too much MK for me to follow at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, it cuts out a lot of work for a lot of people. I mean, not to say that it's no work to organize something, on this grand of a scale on an online setting, but it's great for the situation that we're in now, and we're just seeing more accessibility. A lot of communities are being, built up, and you gotta love that. Whether you see any kind of community, any part of our game getting bigger, it's just good for everyone, and hopefully that's just gonna mean, a bigger outreach, more people watching, more people engaging, more people enjoying Mortal Kombat 11. And at the end, that is the goal, because we do love this game, we do love the scene, we do love being a part of this. Me and Chef are here out of out of love for the game. We've been doing this for a while, and we just want to see more. So get out there, do your part, get involved, make some friends, and just make this a great place for everybody. And try not to be as toxic as some members, because I mean, I know it's fun. It's fun. I'm not going to sit here and deny and say that being toxic is not fun, but it's all about building up the community. It's all about making friends and having a good time. I mean, we do love this, and we can't wait to see more of how this unfolds. And I'm really excited to see how the regional finals unfold here in the pro competition. We have a lot of regions being represented here, and we get to see again everybody playing in their comfort, everybody playing for some really nice prize here for considering you're playing Mortal Kombat 11, you're making some money, you're playing, you're getting out there, getting in the spotlight. And hopefully, we return to a world where the offline events come back. But of course, we got to be safe. We got to be safe. And that actually reminds me, there was a specific shout out from one of the players. I believe it was Waz. So I can absolutely double check that. But I want to say Waz said shout outs to Australia for introducing offline events starting as soon as next week. So Australia has been killing it. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous.
So
and Australia has been killing it.
You want to hear how? Oh no. Okay, so we do have to disconnect. We were setting up this lobby, which is why we've been talking for a little bit, and we got to have Dad Arma give that very touching speech. But you want to know what really hurts is I have a friend in Perth. In Australia, which is like a little bit more out of the main area, and they never really stopped locals because they had such good control, and that hurt my soul to think about. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, this also hurts my soul to think about. But hopefully we'll all be getting back to normal soon. I actually just scheduled my first vaccine appointment, so I'm very, very excited. That's getting pretty soon. Yeah, I know. I'm super pumped. But yeah, I mean, we talked about it before, but I miss all these players, man. It's been so long since I've seen everybody in person, and I mean, not just the players, of course. All the commentators out there too. I miss all of y'all, and it's great that we do get to have these connections and hang out. I mean, honestly, we rarely got enough chances to commentate together back when we were meeting at events, right? Like, it was just certainly not enough. So I'm super pumped that we've been able to do a lot of these together. I've been able to do a lot of stuff with like Ketchup, who I never really got to commentate with like more than like one time at like a local, because obviously he lives on the other side of the world. So despite the fact that I do hope that, of course, we get a lot of offline stuff back, I'm still super appreciative of what we've got here. So we're setting up this lobby. It looks like maybe the spectator got kicked out, and we are having the players play their first match through. Of course, we are going to prioritize the tournament integrity, even if, unfortunately, we don't get to watch the match, which is, of course, going to be a bummer because this is our winners finals. So just to talk about the winners finals a little bit more while we're waiting for them to play it out. Unfortunately, it happens, right? Hey, it's going to happen. We got tons of offline events, but maybe actually if we could look at the bracket again, just to kind of like talk about where they're at. Oh, what? This is so neat. This is so neat. The King of the Hill overlay that shows us their life. So let's guess. Let's guess what's happening based on the damage that they take once this, I guess, round restarts.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of an animation. Maybe that's weird. It's kind of staying there for a while. I'm guessing somebody. I don't know. I don't think it's a disconnect. Oh
no, I don't know.
We got super mixed up.
I was really looking forward to that. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was over. Maybe that match was like 20 seconds long.
And maybe that was a fatality. It was. Maybe that was a fatality that was happening. And, you know, that's why it took a while. They had to wait for the fatality to come out. I'm just kidding. Imagine fataling someone when you're not even playing on stream. How much of a jerk would you feel like?
That would be a real BM statement, though. Like, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to make you wait for this while the stream waits for our match, so enjoy that. But I'm not sure who won. That looked like it was a Bajiga win, right? I think.
Yeah. I want to say the left bar won. Yeah, cool. Bajiga. We got confirmation. Bajiga won that first one, but right now, Gilbags looking incredible. Good hit confirmed here, and displaying this incredible execution here. These flawless block, very offensive style there for the flawless block. Going for it right after you're done with a string, anticipating a specific timing. So, you know, that kind of throws off your opponent, and they're thinking, you know, maybe I shouldn't swing right away, or maybe I should go for something a little bit more risky like a throw. Big jump and kick here from Gilbag. Sub-Zero trying to run away with this air-to-air Jackie. No problem at all for a fast punch like that. And Gilbags trying to take this back here, trying to solidify game number 2 here.
Ooh, all right, but there's a lot of damage over time on the floor. This is a very scary situation. You know that old, like, the floor is lava thing? The floor is literally lava when you have all of that damage over time on the floor. Nice, lands the overhead, quick breakaway. You can actually get some guaranteed damage even off a quick breakaway from that. We just didn't see the jump 2 come out. I think it jump 2 down 2 for like 300 damage, even on breakaway guaranteed, which is pretty nice. But didn't see it. Didn't see it, and now Bajiga's got a great chance in the corner.
Getting a little hasty there. Didn't want to block anything, but hold on. He can't make this comeback. I'm actually surprised that he backed off, because that DOT was going away just in time to not kill him. But because he backed off, that gave Jackie the breathing room to throw another one down on the ground, thus solidifying her win there. So I think that was the wrong call, but it was hard to say with so many things happening in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, I can certainly see why that last match, which was, I mean, great for us, right, because we had to talk for a while unfinished, but why that last match was like 20 seconds, because this round is only like 10 seconds, and this is almost over. Just needs to find one more hit, and that's going to be guaranteed chip. And yeah, this is a very fast set. I thought it was going to be fast just because it was one-sided, but it's not. It's fast because it's just going to be one person running away with the match, either on, on either side, really. And we did see that one round apiece going back and forth, and it was like a 30-second match. But now Bajiga up 2-0, and so it's going to have to be a lot of fast, dominant rounds from Gilbags.
Yeah. I mean, he was able to get something on there, so you know he's capable of doing it. Like, if you're capable of taking a round without relying on something like Fatal Blow or some broken crushing blow, you are capable of taking, any game from someone. It all just comes down to, being able to outlast them, being able to outplay them in certain scenarios. And he's still in this. This is winners finals, so this is as tough as the opponents get so far for you. But you got to remember, this is the Jackie that knocked the #1 point leader of this region into the losers bracket. So this is a tough cookie. This is a tough opponent here. And
yeah, definitely
nice
going to be an uphill battle. Woo. Yeah, that was a weird way to do it, but hey, we take those, and that obviously does shift the momentum of the match in your favor at the start. Going to be a nice way to get that launch in the corner. Now this looks like the previous matches. Just gonna need one more hit after this, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happens pretty quickly. Oh, especially with damage over time. Oh, look at this life, it's just melting, and there's no way out, and now match point for Vegeta.
Not fair.
Round
Not
two.
fair at all. I'm just going to call it. That was a really bad situation to be in. I mean, well, okay, I get it. You know, someone who's downplaying Jackie's going to be like, well, just don't get hit. She's got no mix. Hey, man, that was unfair. That looked really, really bad there in the corner. But hey, this is Jackie Briggs. This is a character that's available for everyone. And right now, she is running away with this. Gilbag's looking to get some kind of hits here. Maybe, no. And that was a nice flawless block there, just stopping any attempt to try to even go for offense. And I would guarantee that if that jump in did not get flawless block, that we were either going to see an overhead or a low just to try to get some things going here. But those were two extremely fast games, especially game number 3. I mean, he ran away with it, like ran away with it, deep and far, just gone. And we're going to be seeing Jackie here in the grand finals. And thanks to Vegeta. Vegeta looking awesome. I mean, right now you're on fire. You know, you beat Waz, you beat the #1 points leader. You're going to be feeling yourself. You're going to have, you know, that extra stride, that extra boost of confidence telling you that you can literally take, if you can take out Waz, you can take out anyone. And that's, you know, on top of that, Waz, like I mentioned before, not just a top competitor in this region, but I feel like a lot of people see him as one of the best in Mortal Kombat 11, especially, you know, beginning of Mortal Kombat 11, being able to, you know, go out to as many events as he possibly could. Again, you got to keep in mind it's tough to travel from this region to, you know, these North American tournaments, but it's you know, you do it because you love the game, and Waz is definitely in there for the love of NRS games, and you know, you see that with the detail, and I feel like this should open the eyes, open the doors here for Vegeta, you know, being seen as a really good player. This is not an easy feat at all, and he definitely deserves this spot here in the grand finals. You know, solidifying second place or better from here on out. That's a lot of points, Chef.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, this is not just a match that says like, oh yeah, sure, you beat the best player in the region. Well, not just a match, of course, but you know, this tournament run so far for Vegeta, but also, you know, that is a rematch that they've had many times before in that exact spot in the bracket. So, like I said, that's got to be feeling good. And then, of course, this last match to have such a quick dominant match. I mean, that whole set was quicker than some of the single games that we have seen in you know, this bracket and others, like without a doubt. Like that last game was literally like 30 seconds long. Definitely wasting no time here, trying to get out of here, trying to go get some food or something. But yeah, going into grand finals in winners is going to be such a big boon. And I mean, we'll see if it ends up being Waz, or we'll see if maybe Waz can go down again. And even if it does end up Waz, we'll see who the pick is. But yeah, just the Jackie play has been looking extremely clean today. And I think that there is a Sonya backup, I think, for that. But I think we're probably just going to be seeing the Jackie. However, now we're going to be moving down back to the losers bracket, where Waz will be taking on Lion, who's had such an impressive showing with the Nightwolf today. Definitely turning into one of my favorite players in the region for sure. I mean, I'm going to keep talking up how cool Nightwolf is. He's so sick when he's like super cool and he like stabs you in the like, I don't know, anything he does with the little knives looks really cool. It's really funny looking, but is going to have to go up against this zoning-based variation from Waz that we saw in the previous set for about half of it, maybe 2/3 of it. So we'll see if he can get through the Fireball Forest.
Oh, and there it is. That's not where you want to be. You don't want to be at the helm, at the mercy here of Shang Tsung as he drops those corpses on you. Because once you get hit by it, you know, he's able to kind of position himself wherever he wants, whether he wants to go in for some pressure or just get some free chip damage with those rising skulls, those up skulls coming out of Shang Tsung. And right now he's just playing, you know, Super Mario Brothers. He's trying to get through this. And look at that. The first opportunity that he tries to go for that amplified shoulder check, Waz was ready to just challenge with stand 1-1, whether he was going to not amplify it and get punished, or if he was going to interrupt it between the regular hit and the amplified portion of that hit. you know, it's a win-win situation as long as you're on point.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that can be scary. I mean, the funniest thing about Shang Tsung is that you do so well to finally get on Shang Tsung, and then you realize that he's got great up close normals too, and you're like, wait a minute, I was supposed to be winning at this range, but it doesn't always go that way. So you can take plus frames, nice just to back up. You can very rarely catch people just backing up after that plus frame mid screen. It's a lot scarier in the corner. But he's going to get a big conversion here, and now he's going to have to make his way yet again through the zoning.
yeah, and that's the tough battle to get through here. Doesn't go for the flawless blockable string, instead goes for his stagger. And I don't know if this is going to scale too much. I want to say he might be alive at the end of this. We got a few more ninjas remaining here. Noob Saibot, the last hit, slamming and breaking his neck. Yeah, he's definitely still alive. And Waz knows it's a favorable position here. Trying to anticipate a shoulder charge. Hold on a second, though. Gonna amplify it for incredible Oki. What's gonna be the mix-up? Oh, he tries to go for the tick throw.
Is that even a real tick throw? Does standing one tick into that? I guess it does, or he wouldn't have tried it, but great call by Waz to not get hit by that. And that does mean he's gonna take it. That was actually way closer than I thought it was gonna be. We saw him almost bring it all the way back at the end there. It just came down to one read that was honestly a really good read. I'm super surprised that we saw that duck there. So this is certainly far from over. And I do think that the Shang Tsung pick, although it worked out earlier, obviously, against Sagat, but it looks like it might not be quite as good of a pick in this scenario. It just does look like the answers are there for Nightwolf. The zoning isn't going to be doing quite as much damage, maybe. But, hey, you know, if it works, it works. And now he's locked in for it at least for one more game.
Yeah, I mean, he could change up the variation a little bit. Some people come to the table a little bit more equipped for certain opponents, certain characters that force you to play matchups a little bit, you know, differently, at least with a different take. But it looks like we're just seeing the same one. You got the Rising Tomahawk with the combo extensions, and then you have the Tomahawk Swing, which is the command grab, just for that extra little bit of a mix that, you know, Nightwolf doesn't really possess in his regular core-based set.
Well, he's going to have to, I mean, once again, I'm going to say this a lot, but he's got to get through the zoning, and he's doing such a great job of it. Using the wave dash from Nightwolf, that is pretty good, honestly. Just his forward momentum does carry him pretty far, and he's getting into this range. He knows how to challenge, but yeah, this damage does actually add up. As much as I said that, you know, maybe he's not going to, not dealing with the zone as much, I was certainly wrong. But here we go, opportunity, needs to get one more opening. He's going to do massive damage.
I love the forward throw Oki right next to you after the animation is done. So able to continue the pressure, and Waz just waiting, being so patient and biding his time, looking for that opportunity, and just seizes it out of the air with that down two. And that is that's showing you right there that that line is a little bit antsy there, deciding not to block on that wake up, thinking that, you know, maybe Waz dropped a combo, so this is a situation where I got to get up and start swinging. And Waz knows this, as he knows this is a player that's willing to swing right away. Down two out of the sky, no problem. Anti-air just like that. Full on, you know, damage here.
Oh, but he's got the opportunity. Yeah, that was going to be tough. I mean, every single touch is going to be pretty scary if, you know, if the reads are made correctly, but you're not going to get so many true mix-ups out of Nightwolf, so yeah, that was going to be a pretty tough spot. And that was looking a little bit better that time than it was previously, the Shang Tsung matchup against the Nightwolf. So everything that I said before, maybe not quite as applicable. It does look like the zoning's working pretty well. We haven't seen quite as many maybe like raw shoulder charges to try and check the zoning, or to try and move forward just slightly to get past the ground eruptions and then get a punish. But there's got to be some answer, right? You know what? We actually, you know, we haven't seen Lion all that much. There's an opportunity to switch to a different character, a different variation. There are, oh no, it looks like, oh wait, was that the projectile? It's very hard to see.
We'll see it. Yeah, we'll see it here as it loads up here on the screen. Again, a nice little advantage of the online tournament is that we can see the loadouts of specific custom variations. easily here. Yes, lightning arrow. So this is the mid projectile here that you're going to see. It's a little bit slower than the straight. It replaces the straight arrow that normally hits as high with a little bit slower, but mid lightning arrow. So it's going to be a little bit harder to avoid in terms of chip damage. Beautiful forward roll there to kind of close the gap between himself and the zoning opponent. But Waz coming off that breakaway and just swinging with those down pokes. Look at all these flawless blocks coming out of both opponents here. Reversal throw, good call out, but again, risky stuff. Trying to guarantee that chip, but Waz with the reversal rising skulls here. Definitely the right call and not a right call here, that rising tomahawk.
Yeah, and I don't even think that's a true punish. I think he was just pressing a button afterwards, which is not blocking. I think he's going to say counter, though. And unfortunately, the lightning arrow not working out quite so well. I mean, it is a choice that makes sense, but only if you can get yourself at least, like, close to the life lead or even. That's a block. Gets hit by the final hit. Still an opportunity. Gets the grab. Okay, one more hit here. His fatal blow. He just needs to make the right choice. Another grab. Will he go for another grab or a strike now? It's getting close to the damage that he needs to kill, and the wake up 3 after that weird knockdown with the forward 1 catching him out of the air is enough. But on the bright side, first of all, Lion showing that he's still in it no matter what the life deficit is, and also has a great position here in the corner.
Oh yeah, no, definitely does here. You gotta watch out though. Those interactables, a nice way to get you out of there, but that is a risk if your opponent reads it. Again, another forward roll here coming out of Lion, but unfortunately drops the combo here. Maybe he thought he was a little closer to the corner. Big down to crushing blow for a lot of damage here. One of the few resources that's going to lead into damage coming out of Shang Tsung. Waz taking opportunity wherever he can here. But right now, Lion knocking on the door of that defense as Waz trying to swing back, but he didn't commit. Lion didn't commit to that whole string, but that's okay. Taking advantage anywhere he can, the momentum anywhere he can. Coming off that breakaway, and Waz just backing off, trying to get any last hit, and he does with that big jumping kick. That's going to be 3-0 for Waz, and now he's going to be solidifying his spot into the losers finals, where he can potentially take this entire tournament still. Just double elimination, so watch out for anyone that stands in his way. But unfortunately, that's it for a Lion. Coming out with 4th place, getting himself a good amount of points here. A lot of points there. Again, seeding is going to be really, really key for all those players that are guaranteed into the sub-regional finals of Oceania. But I don't even think Lion is one of those players. I don't know if you've got the leaderboard there, but that is accessible online, so you guys can check that out and see, who needs what. And there's still 2 weeks remaining after this. We have 8 qualifying weeks for all these regional, finals, for all these regional events. And
are you sure it's not
so if
3
you guys wanna...
weeks after this? I think you said 2, but I think there is still 3, right? Because this is week 5.
I think this is week 6.
This is week 6? No way. This is 5.
Yeah.
We'll figure this out. We'll figure this out maybe during the break. But of course, before... Oh, it is 6? No way. Oh, okay. Well, I missed the month, clearly.
Tricked.
All right. Yeah, I was hoping I wasn't going to get made fun of on stream, but we learned it very quick. But
okay.
Yeah.
Now you have to do the merch. So Wonder Chef, why don't you tell us about the shirt? Yeah, there you go. Tell us about the shirts.
All right. So, of course, you can rep your realm, as they say. Buy yourself some merch for the pro competition. You can go out there in the world once everybody starts being able to get back out and show off your loyalty to, of course, Melina. Like you said, our favorite character. The cult of Melina is always just so supportive and so kind. But go to Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat and you can get a piece yourself. I don't know if the Melina stands, when they see each other with Melina merch out in the wild, if they have some sort of like call that they use to communicate, or if they just posted each other on Twitter. But one way or another, they'll know that you've got that character on the mind. And honestly, all jokes aside, I am a big Melina fan in this game, and I'm a big Melina fan in general, right? So I do hope that we get to see more Melinas, which is a character it's pretty rare. But yeah, anyway, go buy, go check out the merch, and like like Arma said last time, this is the perfect time to do it because we are going to go to one more short break before we close out the rest of this bracket. So don't go anywhere because we will see the finale of the Mortal Kombat Pro competition here at Oceania right after this.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation. Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a great break because we have some intense matches ahead of us. But first, I am Darth Arma, and I'm joined by the wonderful Wonder Chef. And I know he's super excited to see how this top 3 of today's tournament is going to pan out. A little bit of a surprise. We have the points leader of this region, definitely seen as the #1 NRS player in this region. Of course, that's Oceania. Waz, not Waz, is here in the lower side of the bracket. Losers finals, trying to fight his way back through to get into the top to keep the streak alive, right? He's won every single week so far. That
Yeah, which
correct.
has been 5 weeks. I'm ceding that point. Unfortunately, time is an illusion to me now, and I'm not able to keep track of whether months have passed or simply days have passed. So I need people to tell me, and that is what happened. So yeah, we are now on 5 wins in a row for Waz, and he's looking for his 6th. And of course, he's going to be looking for 8 and then a regional win, which is getting closer and closer. We're talking over the break about how soon that's going to be. So he's got to win this one if he wants to keep that streak going, and it's not going to be easy. Like you said, already knocked into losers. Now he has to win both the losers finals, which is going to be against Gilbags, who he has not played yet in this bracket. However, it's always scary to play against a good Sub-Zero. Then he's going to have to make it all the way back up into the grand finals, reset it, and then win again. But is this a real pick, or is he just highlighting Sub? I don't think.
I don't know.
Sub, right?
Maybe he's no. That's not the Waz I know. Waz definitely going to be looking for Jade. Now this is a little bit scary if he is picking a more zone-heavy loadout for Jade, because Sub-Zero's Ice Ball, Amplified Ice Ball, going to be eating through a lot of it, but I don't even think he has it equipped here. No, he's got Creeping Ice, Rising Ice for the combo ability, and Polar Axe throw, which you can only throw in the air for a little bit more, I guess, of a zoning flair for Sub-Zero. So maybe this Jade pick is going to be, you're not going to be worried about that, but you are going to watch your feet either way. Here comes that high intensity slide. Hits low, but definitely punishable on block, as we can see right here.
Yeah, I love the reaction from Gilbags being very, very ready immediately to deal with the glow, which, like you said, is going to put a real damper on his ability to control the full screen game. But, of course, we also do see the fact that we've got stuff like Rising Ice, which is going to not really care about a glow, and well, I don't think at least, but the damage could add up regardless. Oh, but a full conversion into Fatal Blow. I think this is enough, but I am always terrible at making the right call.
Hey man, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Oh, and that was just enough there. The final hit, able to seal the deal here. And Waz taking a great lead here, taking that first round thanks to that Fatal Blow. And look at that. Look at how it kept his, his Sub-Zero in the air a little bit longer. That jump trajectory. Oh, got past it, but didn't go for a punish. Instead, just went for a regular down 1 check. That was very unfortunate. Huge missed opportunity for Gilbag, and he is so good at that. So good at swinging and then offensively going for a flawless block to just kind of get that little damage. Get your opponent thinking, you know what, maybe I shouldn't swing at the soonest instant that I can because it's a little too predictable. Big jump and kick from Waz, able to teleport over the other side thanks to that amplified portion of the Nitro Cake. Getting hit there with the overhead, maybe some help thanks to the spiking ping here. What is going on? Big jump and kick, and Waz able to, oh, beautiful punish there. He didn't amplify it. He was trying to get tricky. He was trying to get tricky. He was, yeah, that was dirty. That was dirty.
Yeah, and at the end right there, that was what I was talking about earlier, and the thing that Gilbags missed a few times, even if your opponent breaks away off of Rising Ice, you get a lot of damage. And that's one of the main reasons why we see people pick it, is that it baits people into breaking away while you're still going to get maybe 300 damage. And so at the start of this round, we saw Waz with no defensive bar. He is pulling it back slowly, but the opportunity was there for it to be a very quick runaway round. However, a bad hit confirm into that ice ball, and could have been a little bit, well, maybe not. I was going to say more of a punish, but that's one of the downsides of Jade, is that she's not going to get gigantic punishes from a lot of situations.
Yeah, no, definitely. Versus like a character like Baraka that has gutted equipped, you know, she's not really going to have much of an output in terms of damage. So, you know, you can get a little riskier because you know that if she guesses right on the overheads, on the crazy slides from downtown, it's not going to be too much. But she does have the ability to keep you in these guessing opportunities over and over again, you know, leaving you in a standing position. But either way, those two air ranks are going to connect no problem. And Waz going to be taking the first game here in the losers finals. So, he's looking for the run back. He wants the run back real bad. He's not playing any games. I don't know if he's going to try Jade again against Jackie or if he's got a better pick, but I think he's going to try to focus on one set at a time. He's got to get around this Sub-Zero, around this, you know, these crazy slides, these overheads that lead into good damage, especially if he's got Fatal Blow ready to go. It's tough.
Yeah,
Going to be tough.
I don't think this is over yet by a long shot. I mean, that was a really good round that Gilbags won, but it just wasn't, I guess you could say he wasn't able to find that first initial opening the second round afterwards, after he'd baited the breakaway, and that could have just led to everything. But, okay, so you know what? So interesting thing here is that we do see pole vault as an option here, and I thought that I was just, like, seeing things that Waz used it in the very first game of the day, but we do see pole vault, and we're not seeing any conversions into pole vault, which is going to be one of the best reasons to use it, or in fact even just block strings into it. We're just not seeing it.
Oh, big damage here coming out of Gilbags. I love the pressure there, waiting for, you know, recognizing that Jade is in a blocking situation and just kind of taking his time with the throws, not really throwing it out immediately because he doesn't want to take a big risk, just kind of confirming that, all right, he's holding on the block, so here comes the throw to try to break that defense. But Waz coming back slowly but surely. These little hits, stray hits here and there. Tries to check her for trying to glow up. It does have some recovery, but not fast enough there. Even though that slide is super duper quick to get there. Here comes those air rangs, and Waz getting this round here. Gilbags getting those successful hits, getting, you know, a little bit of damage here and there, and he was just there. Oh, huge whip on the throw, but doesn't get punished here from Waz. Nice air-to-air exchange here in favor of Sub-Zero, but not able to really convert much afterwards. Big jumping punch here, one of the best in the business.
Oh yeah, I mean, for some reason Sub-Zero has always just had great jumping punches, whether it be MK11, MKX, or even Injustice 2. For whatever reason, he's just the long arm of the law from the sky, and it just adds to this mix-up game always. But this is a great round for Gilbags, finally finding a really good one. Oh, and the tech to keep Waz in the corner. Gonna trade, holding this corner position so well. Oh, and I like the risk. At the very minimum, that did push Waz out of the corner a little bit. Even though he still doesn't have a ton of space, it's a lot better than no space.
Yeah, no, getting a little bit of breathing here. You also have access to that interactable, so you gotta watch out. That one can tick throw from certain things, and you know, really good players like this, they're gonna know. It's gonna be on the radar. Trying to throw some rangs. Of course, when she's purpled up, she can't get frozen here. So Gilbag's going to be looking for the slide there again, trying to just check her. But you know, I don't know if it's that he's not reacting fast enough, or if it's that, you know, that it doesn't have as much recovery as it seems, or if that Sub-Zero needs more buffs. I mean, it could be that.
Oh, yeah. It should be, I mean, minimum 6 frames, maximum 6 frames, you know, and goes full screen. And we should also probably make it launch mid-screen, too. So, without those, I don't know if Sub-Zero will ever be fine. You see, look at that. Look at that. Buff Sub-Zero.
Look at this. Oh, man, this is so bad. This is so bad. I mean, Sub-Zero just getting decimated here on the stream as Waz using Jade. Jade of all characters. I mean, low damage output, but of course she's got that mobility and she's got that very unique trait where she can kind of ignore projectiles. It has been nerfed for since the last time, you know, Jade has actually been in the game. Did she have an animation when she did it in MK9, or did she just go right into purple?
Just did it.
Like
also,
she did
when she got hit, it didn't go away. So it used to be that like if you had the combo with projectiles, it would just never work, which was pretty funny. But not if you were. I mean, at least, you know, it's not like we're. Oh, that's oh no, they're good. But you know, at least Jade wasn't a very good character in 9, so it could have been a lot worse. But yeah, it's you know, it's not as good of a move, but overall, Jade, way better, right? Huge glow up. Oh, that's a good one. Huge glow up from Mortal Kombat 9, for sure.
There it is. Now, yeah, definitely seen as like one of the worst characters in MK9. But man, did you see that flawless block? I mean, everyone jokes about the best anti-airs in MK11 aren't really anti-airs. It's just flawless blocking and up to it. Like, just stopping it right away. It works, man. It works. Gillbag's looking like a completely different player here. Full control. Not only that, but also aware of his surroundings, aware of where the corner is, and able to throw Waz right into there. And this is, oh, the creeping ice counts as a projectile. It went through the purple stuff.
Oh, okay, so that's actually a question that I had. I didn't know whether or not that was considered a projectile, but yeah, clearly not going to be a good option to use in that situation for the future.
Look at that. I
That's
love
projectile
the use of
too.
the axe. Oh, yeah. Loved it. Just to kind of, add a little bit of the mobility that you don't usually see from Sub-Zero. Tries to go for the overhead, but this is going to be a big punish, but that's okay. She hits you like a little fly anyway. Just a little bit of damage. Not too bad. Worth the risk, if you ask me.
All right, so as this, I think, is undoubtedly closing out, I have to ask, why is Waz not using the pole vault? I mean, amplified pole vault in particular does a ton of damage, but even without amplifying it, it's great knockdown, and it does more damage than any of the other follow-ups that Jade's going to be really able to use. Plus, I mean, if you pick it, why not use it? And getting that extra damage could be a huge boon in this matchup where you're obviously fighting back a ton of damage from these mix-ups. Oh, great block right there and punish. But yeah, I just am so curious why we've seen one single pole vault in this entire set.
Yeah, and I'm a little curious as that as well. I mean, I guess the downside of the pole vault is that, it knocks him down, giving him options for, wake up of 3s, up 2s, delay wake up. So I think Waz is just trying to get a little bit more control, leaving the opponent in a standing position so he can loop pressure it over and over again. Tries to go for that breakaway, but that crushing blow, but here comes a crushing blow of Waz. But unfortunately didn't get the follow-up here. Maybe anticipated a breakaway. Able to swing right away there as Creeping Ice did not get amplified. And just a little insult to injury here. Waz forcing the opponent to watch this fatal blow animation. And I think this is probably the most disrespectful thing you can do to someone in Combat League. Obviously these guys are friends and they know each other, so it's okay. But if you run into someone in Combat League and they do that to you, I'm going to give the official word that is the most disrespectful thing to do to someone, just because it's just so trolly to force them to watch that fatal blow animation. But it was a swift 3-0 in favor of Waz, and we're going to get the run back here from our first match. The first match of tonight becomes the last match of tonight. A lot of talent there in that upper part of the bracket. I don't know where it is. Upper this way. Yeah, upper that way. And hopefully we can see the bracket there, or if we have anything else to to kind of just break down what we've seen so far, and being able to see what these guys have fought through, who they've played against. But again, no surprise here. Another repeat grand finals with Waz inside there for potentially winning this and trying to continue that streak. But before we do continue on, I just want to give a big shout out to Astro Gaming, of course, providing so much for this tour. We cannot thank Astro enough for being the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. All caster audio that you guys hear is powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. If you guys want to check out more Astro Gaming products, all you guys got to do is go to astrogaming.com to find out more information of all their officially licensed PlayStation audio products, which are available now. Go, go, go. Definitely check out that merch, check out that product, check out everything we're talking about. And here is the bracket we've been waiting for, Wonder Chef.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And, you know, you did say no surprise about the grand finals, but really the surprise is that Waz is not the one in the winner's side of it. Of course, like you said,
Ah.
a full circle, right? The first game of the day, 3-1 in Bajiga's favor against Waz. Using that Jade, we'll see if the Jade comes back. But on the other side, we've seen just a lot of, I would say, unexpected wins today, with Killbags really running through a lot of the bracket, doing very well. Lion coming through, showing off that really incredible Nightwolf that I am a huge fan of. And then, of course, the Cabal from Mojo Dojo is, I think, the other thing that I really have to point out. Very, very impressive. Actually, I mean, really impressive play from every single player here today. I'm just going to also say the other names, Solar Plexus and Boy 987654321, just because they also played extremely well. But, you know, it's really never a disappointment watching this bracket. But the question remains, who will Waz use, and will he be able to reset the bracket and become the 6th-time
Sindel.
OCE champion? The Sindel! Okay.
I was gonna say he's definitely not using Jade. I think whatever he was trying to test out here. Now this is a specific scenario because this is a new set here. So no player is locked to whoever. So we might be seeing a little bit of hidden select, or a little bit of the character select dance that we've seen, you know, time and time again, whether we're talking about offline tournaments or online tournaments. You know, you're gonna pick Sindel. I don't want to pick Kung Lao. If you're gonna pick Jade, I want to pick Kung Lao. But it looks like Waz is okay with the idea of fighting Cetrion in this scenario, trying to go with, I'm sorry, not Kung Lao, Jackie. Jackie's the character I meant to say. I'm thinking too much of Sagat, because usually we see Sagat here in this grand finals against Waz. But no, so not going with Jackie like Bajiga did in the winner's side.
Oh,
What?
come on! What a
What?
way to start off the grand finals. I mean, if there's one move in the entire game that's going to be the most tilting thing, it's going to be that, and catching a jump back Hell's Wrath at the start of the game. All right, Waz, all right.
Ooh, this move. The scream from full scream. Oh, love that execution here. I love this Sindel. I feel like a lot of players don't like it because it's you know, a little tougher to hit consistently, but the Waz likes the little bit of flair here. Cetrion ending the combo there with that rising wall, super duper plus right next to your opponent, and look at that screaming Banshee hit. Tries to go for the fatal blow to break the potential armor break. I'm sorry, the armor breakaway. Waz looking in a bad spot here, literally only able to block one more thing. We all know how that chip damage from Cetrion just adds up. Of course, giving us shades of Aquaman from Injustice 1. I'm just kidding, she's not that broke. Big crushing blow here in the air. And, this is Bajiga running away with it with a completely different character. You know, I'm not seeing the usual, you know, tight execution that I'm used to seeing from Waz. A lot of dropped combos, a lot of dropped opportunities here.
Yeah, he's so good at these combos usually, but, I mean, you know, it is good to remember that he did just come off of several wins from the losers bracket, all with different characters, so he might just not be in the correct headspace and hand space, I guess. I'm going to make up that word, for Sindel. Yeah. She's a very difficult character to execute well with in this variation, but you can see why he's picking it. You know, one trade, or really one like projectile interaction from full screen, and you can get so much damage. Okay, lands the fatal blow, not out of this yet, but this is going to be very hard to follow up from last breath territory. I mean, that's a lot of damage. The turns give Oki, it does give at least 4-4 Oki. Oh, but the wake up jump forward, wake up wall I think would have been a great option. And it would have also worked, but we're gonna see the what are the twins call it? Speed bagging? No, that's not right. That sounds worse than normal. Speed crouching? Yeah. I don't remember. But yeah, we're gonna see some disrespect is what I'm saying. Ooh, I like that.
That's definitely what it is. Definitely what it is. Disrespect, and definitely 100% feeling yourself, taking this lead here. And hey man, we started this set with getting your face screamed off from Sindel. You got to take this win. Knowing that it started like that, but unfortunately, due to some execution errors from Waz's part, I'm just gonna call it as it is. That's what happened. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not pretending that something else happened. Like that's literally what happened. He hit the right move, crushing blow, and he just dropped the jump. I believe that's jump 2, where she jumps and uses the air, which is understandable. It is a little tight because if you hit it too early, you're gonna miss, and if you hit it too late, you're also gonna miss. So it's very specific timing, and you got to anticipate how far away you are, the arc, because you're trying to get as much damage as possible. So it looks like Waz is switching back to Jade, but you gotta wonder, is this the right pick, anticipating a potential switch over to Jackie? If you're asking me, I would say no.
Okay, so I do have to say, okay, this is a different variation, and this is a variation that has the pole vault and the amplified nitro kick from the pole vault. On top of that, it has the air razor range. But the reason why we're going to see this variation is because I saw Waz practicing for a really long time for some reason. The ability to punish the vines on block from anywhere on screen with the run into amplified vault, and I think he wants to show that off right now, but we'll see it when we get there. And this is a very pressure heavy variation, so if he gets in, he can do a lot of work, but right now not looking like it's getting in.
I mean, hey, you try to get in on Cetrion. I mean, this character with the best backdash in the game, projectiles for days, options for days, a tornado that just pushes you back. It is tough, man. It is tough. But hold on, that purple stuff going to be aiding her a little bit either way. And I love the switch up in mode here from Vegeta. Able to kind of switch it up. As soon as that purple stuff's active, he's like, all right, I know what I got to do. No more zoning. I'm going in.
Yeah, and this is not looking like the pick is playing out like Waz wants. This is getting closer and closer and closer to... Oh, that's a big punish. Okay, so right as I said that, and he's going to go for the corner combo. Very nice one for the simple one. That is going to be the armor breaker. But yeah, that is a good start to try to make things back. Oh no, this is not a good start though. We get the full dash forward, going for the 4-2-3, which is slightly less damage than standing forward, but wants as much corner carry as possible, so it is a very good strategy. Gets the escape failed by throwing back out of the corner, just says, I don't care, I'll take the damage.
Not too shabby at all. Tries to hit the nitro kick, but a big whiff right in front of Cetrion. Not a good idea here in this scenario. Top level play, 100%. Nitro kick to try to get that flawless block gap to expose itself, or the flawless block attempt to expose itself from Vegeta. Look at that. Look at the patience here, blocking these attempts. They're just teleporting. Again, you gotta wait your time to use your totally fair teleport to get you out of that bad scenario. The air ranks do get reversal punished here as Cetrion just summons the wall. And look at that disrespectful bag again. And we're one game away. One game away from breaking the streak. Waz, I know this streak means a lot to you.
Yeah, and so this is the highest pressure scenario. Who do you pick, right? Who do you think he's going to pick?
Not Jade. I mean, again, not to say his Jade is bad, but I just think it's not working against, now we saw it not work against Cetrion. It definitely didn't work against Jackie. Yeah, you can change up the character a little bit with different customizable moves, but for the most part, she's got core strings. Still really... so punishes, not a lot of damage output, but Waz was one of the early Cetrions, one of the first Cetrions really to do a lot of work in the scene. So
all things balance, as they say, and so this screen is going to be very balanced with one top tier on either side. But hey, this is actually a really cool matchup to watch because they have so many good tools to be able to deal with each other. So you see, we see a little bit more of a rushdown game because, of course, they both have some of the best teleports in the game, like you said, completely fair teleports, and we see a lot of those crisscross Hell's Rats just like that. It's a very weird mirror, and it's very easy to lose track of who is who.
Yeah, luckily we got two distinct costumes here, thanks to, again, some online play. No random costumes here. So these guys get to pick it here, leaving Vegeta in a standing position. Good teleport there to get the punish on the projectile attempt here. Trying to check Waz, maybe possibly not going for a block there. Sometimes you're afraid of the throw. or you're just trying to, hold north or backdash out of a bad spot. Hell's Wrath coming your way. Ooh, Waz tries to give him a punish of his own thanks to that teleport, but just wasn't there in time. I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe I'm saying that teleport did not get there in time. But that's what happened.
Round 2.
Yeah, it's a different game when you're playing the Citron Mirror. You start to realize how good all the tools are because they counter all the other tools that well, and that is a big 2-1-3. Gonna go for the immediate restand. I don't fully understand the idea of that combo, but whatever, it worked, and that was a lot of damage. And this is looking to be the correct pick, full honesty. But the big question is, even if Waz does close this out, who are we going to see Vegeta switch to? Will it be the Jackie, and will that be more comfortable after this? But first, Waz has to win. I might have been counting out Vegeta a little bit too soon here. He's got the corner, and now he's got a broken jaw.
Oh, it is completely broken off the hinge, destroyed here. Hit confirm into the bind grab, and we're gonna cash in as much as possible because Vegeta knows this could possibly be a final round here in this game. So hey, might as well get the damage wherever you can. Big solar beam at the end, pretty effective. And what a teleport here. I lost track of who teleported, but I want to say he teleported his teleport. And again,
I got really confused. Like, that fatal blow just ended, and it looked like suddenly there was just another fatal blow. I was very, very confused, but that's the way it works with that teleport. So, Waz did make the Cetron work, but now, like I said, the question is, will we see the return to the Jackie? I think there's a pretty good chance.
Yeah, and it's a matchup we haven't seen them play yet so far. Jackie's got incredible air mobility, and if she gets past those projectiles, she's gonna make sure she does that damage. But you gotta watch out. You gotta mind for that air boulder. Could stop her in her tracks, but she's got another approach on the ground. She can go for a regular dash punch. So looks like he's trying to stick it out with a mirror here, and maybe he doesn't like fighting Cetrion as Jackie. Maybe that's the sole reason for picking up Cetrion himself. But we're not seeing the switch to Jackie. He does have one more attempt here, whereas Waz does not have any more ability to switch characters in this first set. However, if he does reset this bracket, that's going to be considered a whole new set, and both players, the winner and the loser of the previous match, will be free to pick whatever character you want. But let's wait till we get there, because right now we're back to this top tier mirror here. Great options on both sides, and of course the loadout to kill all other loadouts for Cetrion. We got the Earthquake from full screen, the Tornado, and of course the Teleport that just stops all types of zoning.
Yeah, and what more could you possibly need than those moves? The answer is really nothing, unless you were somehow able to fit Geyser in there, which would be just too much. But of course you can't, because, I mean, you technically could, but it does cross over with the Tornado. But pressure beginning. So once again, same costumes here. Waz is the one with the full white Cetrion, and the green Cetrion, kind of classic, is Vegeta. Nice teleport, but that could have been punished. And Vegeta's adding up a lot more damage this time. The life lead is gigantic in this matchup. You don't want to be the one who has to commit to the risky options. You just want to be able to chip away just like that. And this is one more hit away. The down four connects, the grab connects, and we're on tournament point Vegeta.
I love how he challenged with that stand one, knowing that Waz was going to try to attempt to go in there with a farther reaching normal. Or just some kind of approach there, just stopping him completely in his tracks. And that was Waz looking for. Whoa! The boulder counts as a projectile. The boulder counts as a projectile, and it got I'm sorry, not the boulder. The rising wall counted as a projectile, and it
blocked a wall. I did not know that was how that worked. I can't believe, with all of the Cetron mirrors I've watched, and all of the Cetron I've watched in general, I didn't know that the wall destroyed the wall.
I mean, normally a rock ties with rock, but I guess in this scenario, rock beats slightly later rock. Like, how? How?
That's how rock, paper, scissors works.
That's
you
it.
You throw first, you win.
That's it. Yeah, MK11 is just all, it's just redefining the rock, paper, scissors aspect of a lot of mechanics here. As we're seeing here, the rock, oh, what a shimmy. What a shimmy. What a shimmy here from Waz. That's going to get him back into the game. No, never mind. Gets counter in here. Going to go for Fatal Blow. Lots of damage, but I don't think it's enough to seal the deal. I think Waz is going to be able to walk away from this. The Solar Beam not being super effective in this scenario. But you got to watch out. He's trying to bait him to do something.
Oh, that's a punish! That should be it! No, no punish! He had that, and now we're gonna tip on the other side. No full combo. There was a chance, but now there's Chip, and one more hit of Chip. You have to teleport. You have to do something here. The patience is incredible, but you need to find a hit in the down one from Vegeta, and this streak from Waz is done at 5. Is not going to find the 5, or so this is 6th streak. Is not going to find the 8th streak. Finally being dethroned in the Cetron mirror. The Cetron worked out a little bit, not quite enough, and the Jade certainly was not the answer. And so Vegeta, like I said, finally the one to dethrone Waz.
He did it. He did it. Waz not being the winner here, and that is a big deal. And that's going to be a big confidence booster to someone who, you know, not only just eliminating him from the tournament, but double eliminating Waz, not losing a set, didn't get reset in grand final. So that's got to be quite a confidence booster. And again, when the money's on the line, that's going to be in the sub-regional finals. So, hey, all that matters is that one day, that one opportunity there to get those points, get into that regional finals. And again, a reminder to you guys out there, whether you're in the Australian region or the Oceania region or other qualifying regions, it's not too late to get in there. If you get a really good victory or a 2nd place or a 3rd place, you're going to get a lot of points there. If you guys want to sign up for any future tournaments, and again, if you just want the experience of being a competitor, getting out there, making friends, it's a lot of fun. All you guys got to do is go to compete.playstation.com. And if you don't want to sign up for tournaments, there's other things there. There's great content, tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. Again, just go to compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN ID, and you can see a list of all the available PS4 tournaments that you can sign up for. And you can also see that content that I did mention. A lot of good stuff there if you guys are big fans of Mortal Kombat 11, which I assume you are because you're in the stream here watching it at whatever time it is, wherever you live. It's really late where we are right here, but this is the bracket. Wonder Chef, what was the carnage that we witnessed here? I mean, the upsets.
This was absolutely upset city. I mean, first, of course, Vegeta taking down Waz in the very first round of the day. And then Gilbags taking the win solidly over Lion. And then we just kept going with honestly a lot of the upsets. I mean, Solar Plexus had been doing very, very well. Wasn't able to find a win against Mojo Dojo. Sagat against Boy. That maybe wasn't an upset, but it was honestly a great showing from Boy. Just moving forward through the entire bracket. Of course, I'm just not going to read every single match, but Waz fighting through last month's grand finals all the way to the grand finals again himself, and it just fell short of resetting it, meaning that Vegeta, actually, if you all saw me looking off to the side, I was doing the math because this is one of the biggest jumps that we've seen in points in the Oceania region. Vegeta was in a 6th place spot, so was currently qualifying, but jumped all the way up to a solid 3rd place spot in points. And we just haven't seen anybody except for Waz, who's leading by almost 1,000 points himself, which is pretty impressive. But we haven't seen anybody else jump that many points in a single tournament because nobody else has won. So that is going to be huge moving forward, and it's going to help Vegeta a lot going into what I'm assuming is a pretty guaranteed qualification to the regional finals now.
I mean, look, man, you get to that, seed 2, seed 3. Those are literally as far away from the seed number 1 that you could possibly be in that top 8 bracket. So that's going to be the goal. And he's already made it. And all it took was one victory. Yeah, all it took was one victory over, one of the best players in the world that happens to be in your region. But that's just the start, and that can continue going on. So that really just kind of plays a little bit more into what we're going to be seeing here. Are these guys going to expose more strategies in the final 2 weeks remaining? We do have 2 more weeks remaining. So again, last reminder to you guys, sign up if you are in the Oceania region. Again, just to have fun, play some games on a sweaty level. just make some friends, get some unique rewards, and just be a part of this. Be a part of the community and have fun. But you got to wonder, what are these guys going to show each other in terms of strategy? Is Waz going to come back and try different characters, or is he gonna chill out and just like wait for the sub-regional finals, which a little
Not that,
risky.
okay? I think we all
you
know
don't
the
think
answer
so?
is not that. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, that could be that if, I'm sure Waz wasn't expecting to lose tonight. I'm sure Waz was expecting to continue the streak, being the dominant Australian player that he is. And it's you gotta wonder, you gotta think, like, am I giving things away? Or maybe he's purposely giving things away, trying to ice his opponents out, so to speak. So either way, could be a lot of interesting things that we're going to be seeing in the following week. So again, be on the lookout for some future broadcasts. Follow this stream channel if you haven't already, because there's going to be a lot of content. And just in 12 hours, maybe a little bit more, we're going to have some more Mortal Kombat action as the guys continue to bring on intercontinental combat, focusing in Europe. So again, another place that has a lot of talented players, and you love to see it, Chef. You love to see the other regions being represented, the spotlight moving all across the world, like being reached out to everyone, and that's what you love to see, man. I love to see it. As someone who's been in the community for a long time, like, we got it real good right now. We should be super thankful for what we got. This is awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's always fun watching these players, right? And it's never ever disappointing. It's in these brackets in particular. There's always something new, always some new upsets, always new characters. It's just a great time. But I think we are just about done for today. You got any last messages, Arma? I mean, you already went through quite a few of them, but anything left before we leave?
You got everything out of me. Thank you for being on this broadcast with me. I had a lot of fun tonight. It never feels like work. It always feels like we're just having fun, watching incredible matches. And again, big shout outs to all the competitors in today's top 8. You guys also made this incredibly fun to commentate, because you guys are putting in the work, and I see that. I see you guys are putting in the work, and you guys deserve this. You deserve this stream. You deserve this sub-regional final. So just thank you guys for signing up and just, bringing MK11 to a whole new level. Chef, any closing words before you sign us out?
No, I think that's it for me. I'm just looking forward to the future. Of course, like Arma said, it's not all that long until Intercontinental Combat returns. And by that, it's literally like something between 8 to 12 hours. So get some rest, go to sleep now, wake up in time, because the European region is always a treat to watch. But that's it here for us. So of course, thank you all for watching the Oceania region. But again, we'll be back very soon with the European region. So we'll see you all there. Thanks for watching.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation.
Looking for attention, I don't need the extra tension, cause I'm in the 4th dimension. Trapeze high in suspension. Now don't bother with the haters, cause they all be imitators. Real life manipulators. Get it back up and see you later. I like me for me. I'ma be what I'ma be. I like me for me. I am who I wanna be. Na 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 na. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. I like me for me. I'ma be what I'ma be. Prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself. I like me
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation.
Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine.
End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.